Hey guys, apologize for the long wait between sessions, but we are live for today's campaign. This is our Dragonheist campaign. We are on episode 9. I apologize for the long break for both my players and for myself, but we've had a lot of real life situations coming up, so and then I was gone for a week, so yeah. We're gonna get into tonight's session. So last time, you guys continued to scour the streets of the city of Waterdeep using your Nimblewright detector that you had gotten to attempt to find a Nimblewright that was seen at that was at the scene of the crime. You as well also have contacted Rainier to try to see what information that he could possibly pull up, as well as possibly a meeting with his father or some sort of message with his father. You guys are also waiting on a cook as well to come cook for you and give a test run. As it's been a few days since you had. Actually, it's been what, 2 days since you guys have had the meeting with the guy, I believe. I want to say
about, yeah.
It's been like it's been like 5 weeks since that meeting happened, so I don't remember. I think it was like 2 days.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
So you guys are waking up in the morning in the Troll Skull Manor, which I'll go ahead and toss you guys over to there. Boop. As you awaken, your floors are starting to get fixed. You guys currently are done with your guard job at the moment. What would you guys like to do upon waking up?
I want to scramble some eggs. I'm gonna make breakfast.
All right. You awaken and go to make breakfast.
Can I use the cookbook for
Yes, you
advantage?
can. For advantage on your survival check, yes, you can.
Cool.
Yeah, you make phenomenal eggs. You've gotten very good at the things that come out of the chicken's butt.
I watch Gordon Ramsay.
They're quite delicious. Everyone who partakes. What are the rest of you guys doing as you wake up? Is there anything else I missed?
Morning stretch.
Okay. Is there anything else I missed in the recap as well? Because there's a chance I forgot something.
Not that I recall. I know we were running around everywhere on the map trying to find to get a bang on that thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the most of what I
did deal with the warehouse last session as well.
Yeah.
Did you turn the guy in?
Guy? Yes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You turned him in with the investigator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We turned him in with the investigator. I think we contacted him and hey, we're bringing him in.
That sounds right. Okay, cool. I was just double checking myself because I was like, did they do the thing with the thing? I think so. Okay, cool.
We would not have held him in our house. That would have been silly.
It would have been fine. Nothing could have gone wrong. Yep. So, you guys awaken. Probably a little bit later than you have been, as you have been waking up at before the crack of dawn to go do guard duty, and at this point, can be a little bit lazier and are allowed to sleep in if you would like to.
Hell yeah.
Around pretty early in the morning, I would say right around our time, like 8 a.m. There's a knock on the door. On the front door.
Are we like down having breakfast at this point?
You're at a window. This is the door.
Window? Where's the door? Oh, the
door's the mat. Yeah. It's confusing. That is technically the stairs up to the second level. The map is not. The map is
forgetting that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's what it was until I got this map, and I was like, wait, something doesn't line up with that. So yeah, you open the front door. In front of you is a smallish halfling woman. I guess not small compared to you, but is a relatively short halfling woman. Hello.
Hello.
I believe that you all had a conversation with my husband who was in some trouble with some ruffians.
Yep, that we did.
He said you all were looking for a cook. Is that... Are you still hiring?
Aye, we are looking to be getting a cook if you're interested in being hired.
Alright, well, it looks like I came to the right place then. Apologies, I don't really come to this side of town very often, so I wasn't quite sure what I was looking for. So what is it you all need? Like, are you looking for all day? Are you looking for just, at night?
I don't know. Hey, what were we looking for? Cook-wise.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we never really talked about what hours we wanted.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like specific times
You guys would
of
know that
day
you're
for
more of
now.
you're more of a tavern, not really an inn, as well.
Yeah.
So like you wouldn't have guests.
They wouldn't be staying over.
Yeah, unless you guys turned it into like started using some of the rooms for guests. I mean, you could do that as well. But theoretically, they wouldn't be staying over.
Yeah, so probably mostly like evenings.
Okay.
Late afternoon, evenings probably.
That's something I can do. So, have you already decided on what you would like to have for a menu, or is it kind of just chef's choice?
Well, I mean, we haven't really discussed that either. We have a cookbook, but I mean, you can, if you have any ideas or inspirations, I suppose we could probably go with that.
Oh, all right. Well, we can work on that. Would it be possible to see the kitchen that I'm working with?
It'll be a bit.
Not at the
tricky.
moment. Entirely.
Oh, actually,
You're
I
getting
did just realize something. If you would like to get to the kitchen, I need an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
Alright.
Yeah.
20 coming up. 11.
11.
That's
All
I
right.
shouldn't have.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you managed to move through. Tally was nice enough to kind of give you because he does have to work in this space as well. So you do manage to balance beam your way across the actual like base boards that he's attaching these wood planks to, that are still solid, and you can make your way to the kitchen that way. Give me an acrobatics check for the way back, or are you eating in the kitchen?
Got it. Done.
Okay, yeah. You managed to get back. You say this as you're having this conversation, Burstuck, about the difficulties of getting into the kitchen. You watch as Silas comes tiptoeing back across the balance beam that is currently your only way into the kitchen with food.
Yeah.
Oh, reconstruction then. All right.
Yeah.
Our floors were really bad, so we're getting.
I've got a question. Is
done.
this a window or a door?
Looks like
At
a
the
door.
bottom.
Oh, that's technically a door. I did
Every
forget about
window's
that.
a door if you push hard enough.
I did forget that that's technically a door. So yeah, you could get in that way. So
There's
you
a
could
door
just
on the
go around
south
if you
side
want
of
to.
the tavern.
I mean,
I
it
suppose.
would still
Walk in
be.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, see, she'll make her way around. I apologize. I'm glad you pointed that out. I was like, I forgot about that. So yeah, you guys looking over the kitchen. All right. Well, it's a little skimp, but it's definitely can work. I can do a lot with this. I take it that sampling the cooking will be a part of the task. How about I come back? I have some errands to run to get food for the house. But what I can do is I can go ahead and get some things and bring it back for possibly dinner. Does that work for you all?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna make her pay for food. Like, we have food here, right?
Well, she wants to have some other stuff that we don't have here.
Yeah,
True. Fine.
she
Can we-
would probably
we'll
be
give her,
bringing
like,
supplies,
a
specific
gold
stuff.
to cover whatever she gets. That way she can cook
should
with
be,
what she
that
wants.
should be more than enough for a day.
Yeah, well, you can get whatever you want for stuff.
Sorry, appreciate that. I'll be back this evening then. Are the floors gonna be fixed to the main part of the tavern by the end of the day? It looks like
Hopefully.
they have some
Hopefully.
sort of pattern to whoever is working on it. As she says that, you watch as your quiet elfin friend walks in through the side door. Oh, yeah, I'll be working on the kitchen, but I should be done with the kitchen by the end of the day. Oh, that's perfect then. Oh, I apologize as well. My name is Annabelle.
Pleasure to meet you, Annabelle.
It's nice to meet you, Mallory. I'll raise my hand.
I'm Bursduck Molten Quarry of the Molten Quarry Dwarves. I'm a wizard.
Lovely to meet all of you, and I look forward to you tasting my cooking, and hopefully it'll work for you all. I just wanted to come by this morning and introduce myself. I apologize I didn't get back around to you today. I've been dealing with some situations with my husband, as you've already met, and it's been complicated. So a little bit of work on the side will be nice for multiple reasons.
Well, I mean, if anyone's threatening, we can probably sort it out.
So I appreciate that. He does have some problem with the Zenitarum, but it'll solve itself out eventually. I'm sure of that.
Zents, you say?
That has been the rising problem, yes. We took a loan out from them to be able to afford move into the city. And
Hey, what was the address of that place we came out of the basement of?
I don't remember.
Anyone remember?
No.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember.
You're talking about like early on, like second
Early
session.
on, we
First,
found
we
the
saved
Zets in
that
the
guy.
sewers and then came out of the
Yeah.
basement
Um,
of another halfling house.
you would know as a character. You would know where it is. I don't
Yeah, I would
remember
know.
where it is. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the North Ward, but I don't recall
Yeah.
exactly where it is on the
We have
map.
to go
I'll be
all the way
honest.
back to like chapter 1.
Yeah, well, Bursduck's like, hey, you know, them folks live up, kind of gives a general idea of where it's at.
Oh no, I've never met them before.
Alright. They had Zents under their basement. It was
Oh,
weird.
that seems like a problem.
Oh, it's not a problem anymore.
Well, that's
Well.
good to hear. Well, I'll be off for the evening, or for the morning, and I will see you all this evening.
Thank you so much. It was a
Yeah,
pleasure.
thanks.
Look
Pleasure
forward
seeing
to
you.
it.
Gives you a little curtsy and makes her way out the back door, and is on her way. Well, Chica seems nice. I'm gonna put some wood down.
That'd be great.
Probably a good plan.
Yeah.
As
We don't have any plans today, do we? Like in general?
I mean, aside from sweeping the city, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can just sweep the city and then come back in the
Yeah.
evening. Right?
Yeah, probably.
it is probably an option.
Or if anyone had any jobs they wanted to do or tasks they were working on, I suppose you could do that too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I don't
hey,
have a job,
Bursduck.
so-
I've got a question for you.
What's up?
Could I use the tower at the very top in your room as like a plant room? Seems like a good spot for plants.
I mean, you know, don't take up too much of the walking space.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of room. I hope.
I hope.
You know, I bet the back balcony probably be a good spot too, or there's another balcony on the second floor, on the north side.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
balconies.
Yeah, tons of balconies.
Look, if we end up having
Probably a lot more space there.
last one surviving of plants battle, you're not allowed to own any more animals or grow anything. That's all I'm saying.
It's not gonna happen again. They're just plants. They're harmless.
So are rats, usually.
Bum bum bum.
I'll choose one of the balconies then.
Probably a good choice.
So, what is it everyone is doing for the day? You guys have Burstek has work he can do on the forge. You guys can start sweeping the town.
Yeah, if anyone is getting ready to go out to sweep the town, I'm gonna go with them.
Right.
Yeah, I'll sweep the town as well.
All right.
So we've gotten no luck with that.
It as the DM, when I'm looking at it, it just pains me when I have to look at this map because I know exactly where it is, and I'm just like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No luck whatsoever. You've been like 500. You've been
We'll
like 700 feet from
maybe.
it like 2 times. It's fine.
So, here is what I was thinking, by the way.
Go on.
Okay. That spot. We got a big dead zone.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here. Another dead zone.
Yeah, we can knock those out first then, and we can continue sweeping if we have no luck with them.
And there.
Some of those areas are dead zones.
So we want to just check out a few spots that were not quite complete, because we're trying to go somewhat south of that temple. So we just want to hit those spots.
All right.
Are we gonna have Azra come with us, or is she gonna be staying home?
Yeah, she can come with you. I'll
Okay,
make an
'cause I'm
executive
just asking
decision
because
for
I
her.
think she was the one that was normally holding it. So.
Yeah, she currently is holding on to the nimble rate device. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys would know that. How would you like to get there as well? Because you are starting from Troll Skull Alley, so you could either cover the same places twice, or you could start from a new location. You guys have dead zones in the North Ward as well, around the top. You technically haven't hit any of the Field Ward. You haven't hit the north section of the Sea Ward, and you haven't hit the very, very west section of town as well that you guys just went through. You hit parts of it, but not all of it. So,
Well, I think we got almost everything in Dock and Southern.
pretty much.
Almost everything.
Like, the only thing you're really technically missing is, like, right around here, like, at the very, very south tip that I'm pointing out right now, but, like, it's not there.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's not, there's no streets that really go through there. I'm not gonna make you guys waste time traveling all the way down there because you guys have pretty much been down there, so.
So here's my thought. All right. Let's try to clear out some of the other space near where we live. We go down here to Solmar. See?
Brett, sorry?
Go down to Solmar, south of Troll Skull. And we take Solmar all the way over to here. That'll bring us in sweeping distance of this little pocket right here. And then we can either pop on up to the rough road and just pop on up here, maybe go up to Delman just because, but then head down to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then go make our way kind of zigzagging through here. So, like,
if you came down Dobbs Lost and just went down that, you would hit pretty much everything, because you've already hit up the, you would hit everything that's there, apart from maybe a little section. No, you'd hit this as well.
Yeah, I want to get to Jolkun, and then we'll probably swing ourselves down this way. I want to get toward wherever this is, and then if I found nothing down here, I want to swing up this way.
All right. I'll go ahead and...
I'll start looking.
Yeah, you're good. Let me go ahead and... So you're heading down... Right. You can move the arrow, you're good. I was trying to read what city it is. Right. Down Brumdar to Solmor. Go ahead and draw this. And what haven't you done? We'll do like a dark blue. Boop. 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 You're heading up Feather Street. Let me redo that a little bit because I'm trying to keep the street names so I can read them. And then over to what? Streets of the Whispers? Are you going down the main road again? Alright.
Yeah, I
We
think
could
so.
do Streets of the Whispers, but I think we still have.
And you
Yeah,
guys
it's
know
less
it
than 1,000.
can't be less than it's 500 feet is your range. And you know that. So you would know that you've been on both side streets at this point, so you're pretty much covered there. So
Yep.
Then down this way. And then this way, or are you going straight down? Do you want to take the diagonal path or the straight down?
I think I'd rather take this straight down because we already have the. We have this area already, pretty much.
All right. Fuck. What color did I pick? That color. Boop. Straight down. And then over to where? Main road? Or...
I think here,
Alright.
down here.
Boop. Boop. And then wrapping to here, probably.
Yep.
And then this way. You're going all the way down Sword Street?
Do we want to go all the way down Sword Street?
Technically, there is the rise that you could technically go around the top side as well.
Oh.
All of this area right here is another passageway that you can technically go up and around.
Yeah, maybe like go all the way down Sword Street and into the Fetlock Court and then up.
All right.
I'm just checking stuff.
You're good. Yes. It's really hard to see the map because I have things you guys can't see, like hidden little words across it, and sometimes they go right through the middle of this. So I'm just like, oh no. All right. That will bring you all the way along the cliff ride. And so you're currently you'd be currently right there after that path. And where are we going after that? I'm just going through all of it just to make sure that we go through the whole path. And I'll let you know as we go through each section.
Yeah,
Just gonna go through the plan for now, at least.
That was my plan: is to go around the Field of Triumph, just
Right.
around this upper place, and then wherever this big building is, go up and around there and go toward where the wall is.
It's right there, kinda.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Right. Pretty sure that hits everything, right? Yeah. And back up this way. Oh,
Yeah, back up that way.
What
Yes.
color? That color. Oh, that's not on your map. Oh wait, no, the hand of the Inspired Hands is. Or House of the Inspired Hand. Oh, maybe it's not on your list. I can't tell. won't let me click on it, so maybe it's not. Are you guys going? How far north are you going?
Okay.
I'm just getting the whole path now, so that way I can tell you if you hit something along the way. We can go over how long it's going to take as well, and you guys can decide from there if you want to shorten stuff or anything like that.
I guess we don't want to spend like 12 hours out here because
it's currently around 8 a.m.
back to evening.
So you have about 9 hours. I would say that you can safely move at a quickened speed around 6-ish miles in an hour if you're just walking quickly, like if you're hurrying along. If you want to run it, you can do 12 miles in an hour for keeping the party at roughly the same pace. And if you technically want to go if you want to go even faster than that and roll athletics checks, you could as well, but that's a little extreme. At that point, we're looking at marathons. Who wants to sprint a marathon?
6 miles. I think 6 miles an hour is fine.
Yeah.
The city isn't even 2 miles wide, but we are covering a lot of ground.
Yeah, it's just a lot of in and out. Because you guys are traveling 2 miles south at least.
I guess like for our current route, it takes like 4 hours. So
let me see.
maybe more.
So we're looking at.
If we're doing 6 miles an hour, that's going to be 18 hours. 18 miles in 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the current path you guys have, you get there way before 5. The only reason you guys had been kind of going longer distances when you were going the entire distance of the north to south city. Because again, the entire distance of the north to south city is like 10-20 miles. It's a lot. From just your house to the south part of the city is almost 4 miles. And weaving in and out of the cities is probably almost doubling the distances with the paths you're taking. So.
Well, a mile is 5,280 feet, so it's a little over 2 miles to get down to like where we're doing the dock ward stuff.
Well, if you could travel in a straight line.
It's traveling in a straight line.
You're looking at 2.5 miles when you look at the city, the street limits you have to do.
So it's a trek.
Yep. So. You guys are currently... well, I'll say you guys are probably close to... Probably about an hour and a half range right now with the path you're currently taking. Maybe a little bit longer than that. And that's moving at a normal pace. So you guys have 9 hours to work with. If you want to get nothing else done with the day and just look.
Well, we just need to be home in the evening for the food. Other than that, like, I've got no plans, so.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see if I could possibly get some forge time in today.
Yeah, it's up to you. You guys could always head back. You could always send some people back.
And you could do a half day at work, and then we could do stuff around the house or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Get potting plants.
Yeah, you can plant. I can help. I can just sort more wood behind the thing. The alley. With my saw.
I'll let you guys
I think
discuss
really.
I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick.
Let's see here.
Okay, so like from here, where do we want to go? Maybe up more north?
I got no preference on our plans because boy, do I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, so maybe want to make our way up to like maybe Skull Street.
Yeah, so go up this road and then down into Bliss Street.
Say this road because we get sides.
Okay. Yeah, right.
And kind of make our way up to here. I don't know how far north we want to go, but
stop at the Street of Glances and then go through that to Skull Street, maybe up the Fane Bar, then up to here.
Actually, I was thinking maybe once you get to Skull Street, go down midway.
Yeah, I guess there's more there.
So yeah, get to Skull Street.
Go down and then Whitestone, go around the block, and then
Chassos Trail, and then we could just sweep up across the wall if we want to be done or what have you.
Yeah.
I don't think we want to go so far as the field ward, but
we don't have to do that today. I don't think. We'll see if we get lucky and go from there.
Apologies, my body kicked in. I will say, just as a side note, you can cover almost the entire field ward on one street.
On one street?
Pretty much. I mean, like you'd have to make slight detours, but like the entire field ward in general is only about 1,200 feet.
That's true.
It's probably one of the easiest wards to cover.
That's fair.
Just figure I'll give you the information for that part.
You're right.
All right. So here's what we'll do. We'll do Chassos Trot all the way over here. Go up in the field ward. Take it along the. Actually, not go here.
There is lanes.
This road.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's lanes you can go other places as well.
So we go actually Chassos all like up to here, cover the wall, and then take the uppermost road we can, like upper roads up here on the field ward, because this there. So
yeah, we'll cover most of that.
And so we just take the upper, like kind of some of the upper roads on the field ward just to kind of cover the rest of it, and we'll sweep our way down here, and then come back in through here and go home.
Yeah, all right, that sounds like a plan.
All right. So I'll go ahead and finish drawing that real quick. So,
and by the way, I would recommend one last thing: if we go through this wall here, go down here, and then go in there.
Right. Okay. So you guys want to go up to here? Go sweep a little down, sweep a little up, and then go this way. Make your way in through the guard gate there, and then take this path. And go through field ward. Here, do you want to take the north path? Or go a nice street? For the field ward part. Technically, there is alleys that weave in and out of the houses. You could make a rough guesstimate through the middle of the houses to try to get everything.
Oh.
This hits 200 feet that way, 500 feet that way.
There's a little narrow path I see from like right up here. I'll draw it.
So, like this way, and then kind of carving up into here through the alley, and coming down.
Yeah.
And you can go through here, through Logan's Walk. This will take a little bit of distance just because you have to carve around, but it is okay. And then making your way south through there and coming back in through this gate?
Yeah, and probably...
Straight home or going somewhere else as well?
Oh, let's see.
At the moment, so it was like an hour and a half to 2 hours to there. With the added stuff, you're looking at probably another hour and a half, so you're looking at like 3.5 hours right now. Out of the 9 total you have.
Yeah.
Apologies, chat. Here, let me show you the path that they're taking real quick. So, to go for chat, because I was on the DM screen, they're going from here, going south to there, going across here, up to the Rough Road, up to Feather Street, up to Delzorin Street, down the Singing Dolphin, over to Dobbs Loss, over to Gunsender Street, then south down. Technically, this doesn't have a street name. Okay. Then to Jolthon Street, over south to Jolly's Race, following to Jolly's Race all the way to Sword Street, following Sword Street all the way down to the Fetlock Court, going across the Rise to the Cliff Ride, and then going around the Field of Triumph to Gelzard Stride, heading north at Gelzard Stride down this side street to get to the West Wall Street, following West Wall Street up to Bliss Street, crossing the Street of the Singing Dolphin again, going down the Street of Glances, to Skull Street, down here to Whitestone Street, crossing down here the Chalice Trot, going from Chalice Trot all the way over to High Road, going up High Road to Trollskill Street, going all the way around Trollskill Street until they get to Erlenar Street, going north to Field Way, taking the side street for Nan Street, going around, reconnecting with the Field Way, and then going down some back alleys that go next to Gwen Street. Now they're currently at the guard gate right here.
Okay. So, since we haven't cleared out the area next to our house, let's see. Right about there. I guess we go down here. We can just kind of sweep around here.
Right.
If we want to be complete, we can go there, but I it's like, at that point, we just go home. It's like, probably go down to about here or so.
So go down to the intersection of Hasentur Street and Nindabar Street.
Yep.
Kind of weaving in and out. All right.
Yep. Trying to make sure we're covering as much town as we can.
All right. So crossing here, going to Imar Street, right? Yeah, Imar Street, and then heading down to Silverin Street. Crossing north or south? North, I'm guessing.
Well, I guess we could go north.
It's up to you. Oh, line. Oh, right. Going south to Lion Street. That makes sense. Apologies. I'll just scoot my own line down there. Boop. Freehand. Boop. Boop. All right. Then fall on Lion Street down to. God, that was terrible. It's like these moments where I really wish I had a pen to draw with. And then cutting it back here, back over here, and head north again. All right. So, guys are probably looking at 4 hours total time for everything, I'd say.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. Covered the majority of the rest of the town. Is there anything you would like to add, knowing that you've only hit about 4 hour mark?
At the 4 hour mark, I would like to go and work at the forge.
Yeah, so we could just head home at that point.
All right. I was gonna say the only areas you haven't covered is like right in here range. So like right in the Cliff Watch and Zoldith Street Like the only areas you guys haven't covered. So, with that, you guys feel confident. So, we'll go ahead and go through everything that happens. Let me move over to the chat screen so I can move along with them. So, we're going to use our party members to guide them. So, go ahead and give me everyone give me perception checks.
Perception.
We'll be doing 3 perception checks throughout the entire adventure. So, we'll start out with 1 for now, though. Let me roll for Azra.
Oh boy.
Is tonight going to be the only night that Azra ever rolls high?
If it takes the rolls that I've like my average roll this week, probably. my average roll this week for all the D&D games I've played is around a 16. I don't know how. It's been a fucking hacker week. I rolled 4 natural 20s in one session, in one fight.
Lord.
Wow.
So let's not get in a fight tonight.
Yeah, we're in a moment, and one of my members had 22 AC, and this thing only had a +3 to attack, and I'm like, all right, so the only way it hits you is with a crit, pretty much. Roll a crit immediately after that. Deals 88 damage.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Luckily, they had 90 hit points, so it was okay.
That's
Anyways,
crazy.
So, starting your way down Brundar Street, you guys do know at the moment it's a kind of overcast day that you're dealing with at the moment. There has been some clouds that have rolled in this morning. It's not raining at the moment, but it is a little overcast. As you guys start to make your way through the streets, as you make through the high road being one of the busiest roads on the north side of the town, as it is the primary way that everyone heads to the market for all the farmers and traders. And being as it is the summertime, several of them are having their fruits and crops that are coming into town. So, heading down to Solmar Street, initially you guys don't really see much, other than lots of people traveling. The device does not go off, and you guys continue along the way. I'm taking Azra still holding the device.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys head up to Rough Road, heading up Soul Street, and heading over to Feather Street. Same thing. Device at this point still has not gone off. The overcast sky at this point has started to trickle a little bit. You're getting a little bit of rain coming down, but not too much.
Oh, that means I don't have to shower.
As you head north to Delzarine Street and head over on Delzarine Street to the Street of the Singing Dolphin, the mist has started to pick up. It is starting to rain a little bit more, and the device is still not chimed. Joining the central part of the travel through this city, you make your way south through the Sea Ward, heading your way to Dobbs Loss, and then making your way oh no, I didn't want to grab the line. Oh no, I wanted to grab Azra. Making your way wrapping around through some of these streets, making your way all the way south to Sword Street, which I need to adjust the map for chat. At the moment, the buzzer has still not gone off. As you guys head through, go ahead and everyone at this point give me another perception check. As you guys are making your way through here, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this like this.
Nice.
Hey, not bad. Oh,
I told you. What the fuck is this shit?
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
So,
You did good.
321s. The storm is rolling in pretty fast at this point. Rain is starting to pick up as you guys make your way through Sword Street. Accordingly, as you guys do kind of pass close by the market on Jinzal's race, you can see some of the market, some of the people who have headed into town at this point. Some of the shops that sold out pretty early on. As the storm was picking up, a lot of people wanted to get their goods and get out of the marketplace before the rain started. So as it seemed like you had a lot of travelers. As you guys do kind of pass by the market, you can see there are a couple of traders that at this point are already packing up shop and heading out. even though they've probably only been here for 3-4 hours range. Some of them are setting up their new shops as you guys start to make your way down Sword Street. Sword Street leads you pretty close to... leads you right past Blackstaff Tower, which you guys have gone past many a times. The tower, at this point, still standing tall. And still, you don't see much activity around the tower, though, today. As you continue your way down Sword Street, all the way up to the Fetlock Court. And still don't have a ping. As you guys are going through, the rain at this point is starting to die. It's starting to die off. And with a 21 perception roll, looking out towards the sea, you can now see where the end of the clouds is. As you do see sunshine a ways out still. But you can see sunshine out further past the castle wall. As you guys make your way up to the rise and make your way across the rise. However, with every single heavy rainfall, the rise does have a little bit of issues, as it is not a road that gets traveled very much. It is a road for more of the upper class society, so it does get relatively well taken care of. However, it does get pretty muddy on the way up, so it does slow your venture on the way up the rise a little bit, dealing with the muddy terrain. However, getting to the top side, you guys continue your way around, looking at many beautiful houses. This cliffside looks over the entirety of the castle ward and is quite beautiful up here. However, you guys are on a mission and you are very focused on this device and looking around. As eventually you guys get past the rise all the way to the cliff ride and start to round the Field of Triumph, is when you guys have hit roughly about the... I'd say roughly about the hour-and-a-half mark is around here, due to the slow travel up the rise with the cliff. However, the rain has now stopped. As the rain has stopped and you guys are making your way around the Field of Triumph. You're up past Jelzar's Stride and along the west wall. Go ahead, and as you guys get to the top of the west wall, go ahead and everyone give me another perception check. Probably change it into 4 perception checks because I keep forgetting how freaking long this is.
No worries.
Hey, there's a 1.
Hey.
Oh.
And it's countered.
It's fine. So, first up, keeping an eye out for this moment, Azra kind of just walking behind you guys, focusing on the device throughout this section. First up, what you do notice, as well as Illyri, as you guys are making your way through the street, you do notice that there's a bit of a commotion on one of the side streets as you guys pass by this small park right here. Kind of this park/villa. As you guys pass that, it seems to be some sort of gathering of what looks like... It looks like business people. Looks like business owners, kind of middle-class society, based off of how they're dressed and everything of that sort, that are having some sort of small party, playing some sort of game that they have. Looking at the game, it seems like they're taking dulled daggers and tossing them across a large field, at a target, with teams on each side, and you kind of watch for a moment, kind of as you're passing by, of them tossing these daggers and scoring points, occasionally screaming. There's a bit of drinking involved, but it is pretty early in the morning, so not all that much. As you guys continue past the park, making your way down the Street of Glances, making your way down to Skull Street, right? Skull Street.
Yep.
You pass by the Hero's Walk and the Hero's Garden, which is the passage right up here. As you find a many of you who haven't been to this part of town have never seen the Heroes Garden, as there is statues and remembrances of many of the heroes past across this place, and there is a lot of very nice greenery. Seems to be well taken care of, as well as kind of statues of the general heroes as you travel around. As you guys wrap your way down, passing through Rightstone and towards Chaos Trot, you continue down Chaos Trot back to the high road. You can now see when you arrive back at the high road, it's been about 3-ish hours since you guys have left the Troll Skull Alley. The roads both in and out of town at this point have picked up as you guys are getting closer to the middle of the day. Several of the traders are leaving town with empty carts as they have already sold all of their stock for the day. You do see some possibly longer distance traders that are making their way town. You do see quite a bit of city guard as this is the main road, as well as children playing and families traveling as you guys continue north all the way to Trollskill Street and start to follow along there, making your way to the north part along this wall. Once again, focus on this device. Nothing coming through yet. As you guys wrap around A&R Street. Nope, that's the line. I want the line still there. I want to click Astro. So you wrap around A&R Street and back north through the Field Ward, making your way in through the Field Ward for the first time. As you guys start your trek through the Field Ward, I want everyone to give me one more perception check. All right. Some of you are a little tired. You've done a lot of walking. You've walked almost the entire distance of the city, at least horizontally, almost twice. But you guys continue to trek on. Your tiredness does weigh in on your eyesight a little bit based off those rolls. However, some of you are keeping focus pretty well still, and you are leave it, Zelda. And you guys are making your way through the Field Ward. So, heading down Fieldway and connecting with Nance Street. Zelda, leave it alone. Sorry, you just knocked something on the floor. Making your way down Fieldway and over to Nance Street, you guys continue down along the Field Ward, making your way through. Catching, as this is the first time you guys have been to the Field Ward, the houses here are a little bit more cramped. This seems to be designed a little bit as kind of a lower class section of the city, as it is A, on the outskirts, and B, it is the houses are significantly smaller and more crammed together. As you guys make your way along, passing through the Field Ward from west to east, and you guys get to the guard gate, and let out a sigh, as at this point you still have not gotten a ping. Making your way through the Field Ward, you did see a couple of different little things happening. However, focusing on your mission, you continued along the way. So, as you guys make your way south from the thing, deciding to head a little bit further into town, just along the North Ward, rather than heading home. Guys, make your way down to Silverin Street. As you hit Silverin Street, the device that you have been carrying for 4 hours finally pings.
Oh my god.
Oh
Okay.
my
Oh boy.
god. Why is it so close to our house?
Why?
Okay.
So, when I said that you guys were 600 feet away from it, it's right here.
Yep.
Which you guys have walked past Cyrodiil Street 3 times without the device active.
God damn it.
One of the times you didn't have the device yet, but you guys have gone down Cyrodiil Street because that's where 2 of the inns are on. The 2 inns are on, but without the device.
You suck.
I've been looking at this map like, how have they not found it yet? If they went like one street further over the night before, they would have found it. Anyways, so
Yeah, we're special. Okay?
as you guys get a ringing from the bell. As soon as you cross into, let me actually give you the exact point. Right around here. You guys start to get a ping from the device as the alarm goes off, as it points in the direction. As you guys lock on to the direction it is pointing, you start to make your way before you find yourself to a very, very nice villa.
Shit.
As you guys find yourself at a very, very nice villa that takes almost up this entire city block. Right here. So clarify, it is this entire area right here pretty much is all one house. That whole black area. You guys stare out at the sizable villa for the middle of the city. It's probably about 10 times the size of the land of the Troll Skull Manor. And this seems to be where the device is leading you. So,
with a house that big, is like
there is a fence line. There is some guards out front.
Yeah.
You're looking at probably a nobleman or someone of the upper class, the upper society in this city. The one percenters, as it were.
There's no way to tell who lives there from like anything on the outside of the fence without talking to anybody.
Would you like to walk by and try to give a look?
You can do a circle.
I would like to.
Okay.
Yeah, let's circle around.
All right, sure. Go ahead and everyone give me another perception check. You guys make your way around the manor.
That must have performance.
Ooh, not bad.
I can delete all of these paths now, which is really nice.
Yeah, well, a clean map again.
Yeah. So, you guys cross around the north section and kind of wrap around over to Seardon Street and kind of make your way back down. As you guys are passing by it, Silas and Heath, you do catch at the front gate the word, the Granhund Villa. You can give me a... Once you point it out to everyone can give me a history check if you want to try to recall what that is, who it possibly belongs to.
I'm good at history.
I'm good at history, and I still got a 10. I am upset.
We'll go ahead and add this to the token layer. Yeah. Alright, so, Silas. You recall that the Grandhund Villa belongs to the family Grandhund, or Growlhund, sorry, who are lords and ladies of Waterdeep, one of the many nobility that lives in the city. And this appears to be their villa. And it is... You count between the fenced-in areas, walking around the villa, kind of casually, just kind of following along the streets, trying to look somewhat inconspicuous while still trying to gain information. You guys gather there's about 4 guards on the outside, 2 on the north side and 2 on the south side, or
Those
north
two
and south gates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there like any guards, like on the other sides, or is it just the entrances?
The other side is a there is a gate, and then there's about 5 yards of grass between the gate and the villa itself. However, there are at the moment no guards. It seems like there was no guards, at least on this side. However, it is a solid wall, so it's not a barred gate along that section. It is a solid wall, so you do not know what could be behind the wall.
How tall is the wall?
It's about 10 feet up.
Hold up. Before we go doing anything hasty,
I'm just asking.
gotta remember.
Yeah, so I think what we should do is now that we have like a name, we should talk to the detective guy and see if he knows anything like in town rumors or suspicions that they've been involved with things and stuff like that.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, that is a good question. How tall are the walls, just in case you give
About 10
Yeah,
feet.
just in case.
About
Just in
10 feet
case.
all the way around, from what you can
That's
see.
not too bad.
All right.
That's doable.
They are probably scalable. However, it will be fairly obvious to scale them, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. If someone's
Yeah.
looking, they will probably see you.
All right. I guess change of plans for me. I think we need to go talk to the detective.
Yeah, I think if there's any insight we could gain from that, and I'm saying him because I feel like we've gotten some sort of like reputation with him because we are turning in evidence we're actively working with him as best as we can. If he's got any inside knowledge, like on a detective standpoint of their name and reasonable suspicion or anything like that, that's a good start. In my opinion, at least maybe we'll have some sort of an idea of what we're getting into before any progress is made.
Yeah.
Or we fuck something up. So, I mean, what time it's like noon?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Do you want to try going there and see if we can talk to him and then we can go home and call it a day?
Sure.
At least find out what the next steps are, because
Yeah.
I don't imagine barging into a noble's house is
A good idea.
brilliant of plans.
No. I don't always
be
have really good ideas,
fine.
but that sounds like a really bad idea.
It'll be
I mean,
fine.
I still carry around my copy of the rules and laws and precepts of Waterdeep. So
Is that on there?
Breaking into a noble's house is definitely not on there. Breaking it.
crimes
Breaking
against
and
lords,
entering.
officials, and nobles.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Assaulting, blackmailing, bribery, bribery, crimes against the city, theft.
You're probably looking at multiple stacked up counts for this.
Yeah,
You broke it.
that seems accurate.
So, where do you guys go first then? You guys make your way immediately going to Barnabas's establishment, or?
Yeah, that's where I want to head at least.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, you all make your way to Investigator Barnabas Blastwind. As you guys make your way to his estate, you guys do know that he lives in the Sea Ward. So it is quite a trek to get to his place. But you can make it your way there nonetheless. Where is his estate again? This is in the Sea Ward. Oh, Sea Ward is right. I'm scrubbed. Taking your way back across town to the Sea Ward. I'm thinking the Dock Ward. Why they named a ward a Dock Ward and one a Sea Ward, I have no idea. But anyways, so you make your way across town, trekking over to his place of residence. What do you guys do?
Well, I guess we knock on his door.
Yeah, let's go say hi.
You knock on his door. As moments later, you find the familiar Barnabas Blastwind as he opens the door. Oh, welcome. Did you find something?
We think so. Got a pretty good lead, but we're not allowed to investigate further, I don't think.
Oh, all right. Well,
big-
come in. As he ushers you all in, making you guys make your way into his his house. As he walks from the front door into a hallway, kind of a grand hall entrance. This house is incredibly nice. It's fairly sizable. As he immediately juts over to the right through a section of double doors. All of these, there's about 7 sets of doors along this grand hall that you can see, as well as a staircase that makes its way up the center of the building. However, all of those doors at the moment are shut. And the way up the stairs, you can see at the top of the stairs there's a fireplace, as well as it wraps around both sides. Where you imagine there's probably more doors and probably bedrooms and the such. As he makes his way immediately to the right and into what looks like some sort of office or sitting area for all of you, as he motions to a couple of couches that you guys can fit on. Well, let's talk about what you found. So, give me all the details. Take what I can get.
All right, so we told you about the construct thingy, whatever it's called, on top of the temple of the artificers.
Yes, the Nimblewright, is that correct?
Yeah, the Nimblewright. So they gave us, and you know that we have a Nimblewright detecting device, right?
Yes. You, I believe, told me about that when you handed me the necklace of fireballs.
Yep. So we found it went off over near Growlhund Villa, like at Growlhund Villa.
The noble's house.
Yes.
Oh, well, it's a good thing you didn't go to investigate that. That would have probably ended bad for you. What, so the device went off at the villa. Were you sure that it was leading to the villa?
Yep, I would have, and I know I would have triangulated just to make sure it stopped going off as soon as we got 500 feet away from the villa. I would kind of approach from several different directions.
Yeah, you could have
So,
you could have done that and surmised eventually that it was definitely the villa, or something close by to the villa. Most likely the villa.
Either the villa or underneath it.
Underneath it or above it.
Or above it, if they got something invisible above it, maybe.
Oh, well, it's a great thing that you brought this to me. Sadly, this might be out of my hands as well then. There's probably a good chance we're going to have to get City Watch involved with that. However, interestingly enough, I had been looking into the necklace of fireballs that you had given me. Or handed to the guards, as it were. As we have been looking into asking some of the dealers around town, where possibly that this device could have come from. A couple of them mentioned a couple of different leads, of people they had sold it to. One of them was the Growlhund Villa. I believe the Lady Growlhund had bought one a few months ago. So there's chance that we might have something a little bit better than circumstantial evidence, which is especially good when you're dealing with going into a noble person's villa and asking questions. We will have to get the City Watch involved. Is this all right with you?
Do you know of any burglary or anything that has happened there, or that they reported, where it could have been like a case of they reported this was stolen kind of thing, or they've been no such thing?
Not that I'm aware of. I just recently discovered about the necklace of fireballs though, and I hadn't brought that to the City Watch. They hadn't told me that they had any. I had looked into people who had reported the fire, or possibly the necklace missing, and they hadn't talked about it, so unless there's been something since then.
Well, I mean, yeah,
right.
I suppose.
Well, makes it more suspicious, so...
yeah.
It's definitely worth looking into. I think it's best that we go ahead and speak with the City Watch. We'll have to get warrants and get paperwork and get everything. We'll go speak with the Lord and Lady first, after we speak with the Watch, though. Because while they're getting all the warrants and everything ready, because that will take probably a day or so to get just the warrants ready, there's a chance that maybe they'll cooperate. Hopefully they will. Being a Lord and Lady of the city, they should cooperate with an investigation, as they wouldn't want to sully their name, as it were.
Unless they did it.
Well, unless they did it, at the end of the day, they're very important people, and
or
don't
They're
know
so
the whole
offended
situation.
that you're accusing them that they get angry.
That is also, again, a very, very possible situation, which is hopefully not what we're dealing with.
Which makes them look guilty anyway.
Well, it makes them look guilty, but it also could give them plenty of time to hide whatever the situation is. If there is
True.
something going on.
Well, I guess at best what we could do while we wait is investigate to see if there's like a sewer that's under there and maybe not have to bother them at all. If it's in the sewer beneath their house.
I mean, if they're part of it, you know.
Let me go ahead and let me see if I can find a city map. He goes back to a bookcase behind him and ruffles through some stuff. And pulls out a relatively large grayish book. This should be it. As he pulls it across, and this is a city planning book. It should have where all the sewers run in the city, so I can see if there is something that is at least city constructed under their house that might correspond with it. As he goes through it for a short period of time. According to this, there shouldn't be anything under the villa. Most noblemen don't have sewers running under their villa due to most of them have very nice basements and they don't want anything nearby.
Smelly. That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they also don't want, additional entrances into their house. Some of them probably construct some outside of city judgment, but as far as I'm aware, there shouldn't be anything connecting to their basement according to the city design.
Okay.
But we'll get the city watch on this. I'll let Seth know. And we will go ahead and conduct our investigation and get everything ready. Can I can we just contact you at the manor? It's close by anyways, so hopefully we can get the investigation done. We can let you guys know shortly thereafter.
Oh yeah, you can show up at the Troll Skull.
All right. So, well, I would happily get right on this, and I have business to attend to immediately. We need to get to the city watch, get these permits taken care of, and get in that house before they have a chance to hide something if something is going on.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
We'll wait until we hear anything, I guess.
Sounds like a plan. You will be the first to notice as soon as you can.
Okay.
Sounds good. And I will go back to the forge.
I will go home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home as well.
All right. So you all continue your way back towards Troll Skull Manor, crossing, I'm guessing at this point, the most direct path to get home.
Yes.
You guys
we've wandered enough.
You've happily toured the entire city at this point. Sure.
One thing. Maybe before we leave, maybe we should ask the inspector if he wants to have the device, or if we should hold on to it, or if he wants to return it to the temple.
Yes and no. I don't think they need it right now, unless they're asking to see like the evidence in that sense. So I think we should hold on to it. He knows where to get it if he needs it from us.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to have it and have it go missing.
That's fair. Okay.
All right. So, you guys make your way back to the manor as the investigation continues to go on. When you guys arrive home, I'll say between the trek over there, conversation, trek back, probably about an hour. So you guys are looking at probably pushing the 6-hour mark after everything today. So you guys are looking at around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So you guys could go do a little bit of work. You have about 3 hours before the dwarf said that she was going to show up.
Yeah, I'll just go in the back alley and start cutting wood and sorting it and all that.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna put pots everywhere, move stuff around, and shovel dirt in them.
Sure, you can very much do that.
I'll be a bit late coming home because I know everyone else will be there, so I'll probably spend 4 hours at the forge.
All right, you can also do that as well. As we're gonna go ahead and update the tally map So Tally during this time. Didn't really need you to delete the orange part. Nope, that's not the right button. Draw shape. So, during this time, he manages to get all of this section done, as well as the entirety of the kitchen. And has started to work on the upstairs by the end of the day. He has started with this back bedroom. So he has started with the back bedroom as it is the closest place where he can just dump wood, trying to make sure that he tosses it into the pile and not on Illyri's head.
Well, it's also the room that has probably the least floor.
It has the
True.
least floor. It will take the least amount of time. He does go through it and properly clean up everything as well.
The rat poop?
The rat poop is, for the majority of the cases, has already been partially cleaned up when it fell to the main floor.
True, I guess.
So, as Miss Annabelle arrives later on in the day, now that we're doing. Okay, sorry. She was eating something all of a sudden. As she arrives, all right. Well, I brought some supplies. I guess I'll just get started on dinner then.
We have a floor!
I see that, and it's very nice. She will go ahead and get started on her cooking the food for the evening. Let me go ahead and do all this. So she has this, plus 3. All right, so. Do. I probably should create a character sheet for her later, just so I don't have to do it this way, but it's fine for now. So, 21. So, the meal that is prepared, she went out and with the gold that you guys had handed her, spent all of it, mostly on some very, very nice steaks, some fresh potatoes, some fresh wheat to make bread, and in the course of it takes her about an hour between the prep time and cooking and everything like that. However, she brings out to the bar a full course meal, complete with an appetizer of some very, very fresh bread that is absolutely delicious, some apple butter to go along with it, as well as adding in some steak that has some fresh seasoning, fresh garnish. Looks to be very good. She also adds in some fresh vegetables and fresh potatoes, as well as some. You all are brought out as well 5 mugs of ale.
Hell yes.
You have that you have not seen before. This is definitely not the stuff that you guys have in your house.
A whole meal.
It's good.
Which, let me find the effect on the alcohol, because it's on my list of stuff that I have. So, the ale itself is a deepish lavender to it's a lavender to deep red color, and it has a relatively berry-ish kind of flavor as well that goes along with it. It's quite refreshing and energizing. And it is a little bit stronger than the normal alcohol you would drink. However, it's quite good.
Getting this drunk, so it tastes better.
It tastes like it would be a little bit easier to get drunk on this if you had multiple glasses.
Oh, I like it. I like steak and potatoes, so I'm sold.
So, after she gets through everything, she also brings out a fresh set of cupcakes as well, for dessert, all placed on individual little plates, with a cherry garnish and kind of a vanilla-ish icing on top. That appears to be freshly made.
Yeah.
Well, what do you all think? I apologize. It wasn't the best I've ever made, but it was possible.
It's far better than what we normally have.
It's probably the best we've ever had in this house.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I'm gonna go over to the book where the ghost writes, and I'm gonna ask what Left thinks. If he likes her.
Looking through the book, there's a couple of things that Lef has written. Now, as you guys have been gone most of the day, he seems to be quite happy with the condition of the tavern at this point, as it has been finished.
We're doing good.
He also comments that he wishes that he could eat food.
Sorry, I meant like, how does he feel about her as a person?
At the aroma of the food that is being cooked, he wishes that he had a stomach still.
Aww.
So I'm gonna assume that means he wants to hire her too.
It feels like a safe discovery, or a safe analysis.
So after reading the book, I'm gonna be like, Love says yes.
Well, who's Lef?
It's our resident ghost. He's nice.
He helps us take care of the tavern. He sweeps and cleans and stuff.
Oh, right. Ghost. Yep, those are sure. All right.
Does it seem like she doesn't believe in ghosts?
Give me an insight check. You'd like to?
Yeah. Well, where the hell did my character sheet go?
I mean, if Larry wasn't going to tell her, Berserk was, so...
No, that's fine.
Insight. Good thing it's based on wisdom.
You have no idea. It could be that she's afraid of ghosts. It could be that she doesn't believe in ghosts. There's definitely an uneasiness in your voice, or in her voice, but you don't know why.
Okay. Well, so she's gonna work with him if she works here, so she's gotta know.
She also might just be sitting there thinking you're crazy. You don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally fair if she saw the door at the end of my hallway.
Well, when will the tavern be open? It looks like it's... She kind of like, as she's looking around, it looks good. It looks like it's mostly been redone.
Maybe in like a week, maybe?
Yeah,
How are your
stocks
and how are your stocks and everything working?
What are those?
Your food stocks, you know, the food that you have prepared. Are you prepared to open? Are you looking? Would I have to? I mean, if we're not open yet, I can happily start arranging that. What licenses have you purchased so far?
No, we have the license, if I'm not mistaken. I know when I went to get the brewing things, we got a liquor license.
Right, so you have a liquor license. Do you have a business license as well in town?
I don't remember.
I don't think so. No, I think we'll have to get that as well.
We can cover that. That's not the problem.
Do you have a restaurant license as well?
The restaurant license doesn't count as a business license?
They're separate guilds. One of them deals with the taxes side of just running the business. One of them deals with the food and drink around town. It's separate from the liquor license because technically it's not alcohol. It doesn't. It's separate
that one's
from
definitely
that one.
taken care of.
There's also the do you have a fresh well, Doug, as well?
That's in progress in the basement.
I guys have not checked for the day. It's technically already done.
Wait, our well's done? I'm still
Your
gonna
well
say
is-
it the
your
same
well
way
is-
because I don't know.
Yeah, your well was technically finished out while you guys were out today.
Okay, so we had someone come and look at it. They said we can do it, and so
Alright,
soon.
So
if
the only
mostly
other
from
thing
you,
I was gonna say the only other thing you would probably need is either regular deliveries of food and supplies, which I can, if you want me to. I've worked at a tavern before, so I can very much handle. I just need the money for it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it'd be lovely if you could handle that.
speaking of money, we need to negotiate a contract-ish payment of your
That.
wages, and that's going to be including the cooking and that duty. So
Right?
that'll factor. And then since you're going to be cooking, I would mostly look to what your recommendations are for like meals and kind of stuff like that, because that's going to be on your comfort of cooking and your ability to do so.
So you want me to come up with a menu as well, then?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I can do all that. That'll actually, if I'm coming up with a menu, that will make it quite easier to figure out what I can make, what supplies we're going to need, how much of it we're going to need on a weekly basis. This area of town is relatively busy. Trollskull Manor 100 years ago was quite a busy place. I'll just put it that way. So there's a good chance that you could be looking at a lot of people
How
coming
old
in.
is she?
Looking at her, do you give me a nature
Is she
check
human?
or she's a halfling.
A halfling.
Mhm.
Okay,
give
so
me
she's really
a,
short.
yeah.
Okay.
Give me a
what check?
give me a either a. I'm trying to think. You can give me either a medicine check or a nature check.
Medicine. Nature. They're both 0. I'm gonna do this one.
Oh.
Don't know.
Right. You have no idea how old she is. You have no idea how long halflings can live.
Yep, no.
Age-wise, specifically, she looks like she's probably past middle age. So
Yeah, she doesn't seem like super young.
I would
or
say you
super old.
probably know roughly. Even though you are an orc, you probably still know the life length of a human, because the orcs usually match around human lifespans. So you would say that if she was a human, like look-wise, she would probably look like she's in her late-ish 40s, maybe.
Okay.
But you're not super. It's like it's kind of like judging when
Look,
you really
Illyria's
don't know
mind
something
is
about
like
stuff.
she's small. Small dogs live longish, so she
There you
probably
go.
lives a while.
If anyone
That's
else
all
wants
I
to,
got.
if anyone else wants to make an nature history check, they can. Or medicine check, I mean. Sorry.
I'm not
Okay.
sure if I've arrived yet, so
I'm here, so might as well.
Sure.
Oh boy.
He's probably middle aged, somewhere. Give me if you want to. If anyone has history, they can make a history check as well. I apologize. It would probably go
No.
into history as well because we're looking at racial traits. So if that is a
With
better
my
roll,
3,
you could
I'm just
roll
gonna
that.
say I straight don't know.
Probably don't know. Halflings live a little bit late. They live pretty long compared to humans, Heath. You're pretty sure. And looking at her, she probably is middle age, which could be for a halfling 75 to 80 range. We're not sure if she was old enough to be in the tavern when it was open. So, do with that what you will. Well, yeah, we can discuss salary and everything. I just wanted to make sure that I had everything that I was going to be doing entailed as well, so I knew how much I was looking at asking for. What is your opening offer then?
Look, I've never, and I kind of look at everyone, I'm going to say, I don't think any of us have ever owned any sort of business or anything, so yes, what's normal for this? Because I really don't know.
Give me a it's a shame, like, this is the only time I wish that D&D had a business role, because that would be a great role for this. If Illyri's leading the negotiations, give me a history check.
Oh no, I'm not waiting for Burstock to arrive.
History?
Yep. No, sorry, Burstock, you would probably be here by now. It took her an hour to make the food.
Oh, okay, then I would have arrived and eaten. Like, okay, I thought I wasn't present.
No, I apologize, because you said you wanted to wait an extra hour, right? Exactly an hour?
Yeah.
So you would have been arriving when food was made. So if you want to retcon, chime in, anything you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, first of all, we're definitely hiring you because you make some excellent food here. This is best stuff I've had since arriving this place. Secondly, the thing is, I'm just looking at the rest of you, all right? You know, if you're going to be not only the cook, but also possibly helping, running a lot of the business aspects of the tavern, including supply, logistics. We might even defer to your expertise on picking up some people who can do serving and stuff, because I wouldn't expect you to be running all around here by yourself. So I figure we could probably give you something along at least a modest wage. I would say.
If you want to, you can give me a history check, and I'll give you your number that you're looking for. I have the chart open, so I've just been staring at it.
That's true. You should probably hire servers.
I was thinking 30 gold a month, like a gold a day.
All right,
approximately. Was going to be my guesstimate. So,
you would know that the average a tavern owner, just wages wise, is usually looking at probably about 3 to 5 silver a day. How much they would make a day. Whereas staff, for instance, servers, you would be looking at probably 1 silver piece a day all the way down to 1 copper piece a day, depending on their level of competence. So yeah, that's you're looking at 3 to 5 silver a day, roughly, somewhere in that range.
Okay, so it's honestly, she's got experience. She's got experience. You're an excellent cook. You seem to have some understanding of supplying a tavern, knowing how to run one. So I would say, let's do 3 silver a day. So we'd be looking at about.
How about 4? Just because I'll be handling a little bit more. I'd kind of be managing the place almost with everything I'd be taking care of.
I would actually force you. Actually, this is Chris who brain farted. I was meaning to say 5.
Okay.
But,
that's fine.
So I was gonna say 5. Actually, my apologies. I misspoke. I'm thinking 5 silver a day.
Oh, no, that'll be fine.
So I think 5 would be more than fair, especially since we'll probably be leaning on you for a little bit more of the business management of it. So 5 silver a day, so 15 gold per month, approximately. And if things go well, honestly, I would not be above considering negotiation and increasing that as things progress.
All right, and you all are currently looking at not opening rooms to stay at, correct?
We're living upstairs, so
right.
Really
so that's a no. That's fine. I'm just trying to get a mind of how many licenses we're going to need. so I can get a pricing on all of those, so I can go ahead and just take care of that for you.
Right, and by the way, we can go ahead and if we know what we need, we can certainly arrange for paying for all of that. I'm not expecting you to take that expense on yourself. We'll be the owners. You'll be kind of the manager of it. Is what I was looking at.
Great, that sounds like a perfectly good plan. I'll go ahead and this evening I'll work on getting a menu ready and how much supplies I would need for everything on a day-to-day basis. I'll probably go a little bit over. I'll probably go a little bit over planning on the aspect of at least the initial opening, as usually restaurants tend to do very, very well, at least when they open, because the worst thing you can tell someone is that you've ran out of food. I'll aim to do that. I'll get you guys rough estimates of how much we're looking at. And then, if you would like to, I can go ahead and look into, tomorrow, maybe, on the way here, I can maybe look into how much the licenses will cost as well. For everything. Okay. I think you'll only need a restaurant license and the business license, as far as I'm aware.
I can't remember if we got both the business license and the drinking license. So Larry, I think when you got it, you said you got 2 for 1 package.
I straight up have no memory of it. So I just know I got the liquor one.
Let me just look real quick. Sophia's notes. Dragonheist notes. Alright, hold. I decided to write down gold amounts and didn't write down what they were for. So let me look into Troll Skull Manor and see.
I remember that Larry was like, "Oh, there's like just a whole package, just to buy the whole thing. I'll do that and spend the extra to get everything all together."
Yeah, but so what I think that was the brewing kit and the license at the same time.
Yeah,
okay, I didn't know if that was a business license. Okay, brewing kit and license. Got it.
Yeah, so that was the brewing kit and the license for it, which I believe was 25 gold for the license and everything.
Okay.
I think.
I have no idea. I kept track of 0 things that I spent money on.
I'm guessing that's what it was, because it was the largest amount I had on the list.
Okay, that's what we got, was the brewing kit and license. So we don't have the business license.
Right, so you'll just need business license or restaurant license.
Aye.
And then you'll also need the aspect of hiring out people. We'll need probably general fees for maintenance, as well as once you open up shop, the guilds do take it's a weekly expense as well once you're actually open, as a part of the business license. It's the initial fee for it, and then on top of it also the aspect of paying weekly to operate inside of the city of Waterdeep.
Okay, we've got enough put by for now to float us for a bit.
Right.
Not in character. How much do we have in our funds? Like our
920.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
I can let you know I believe it's around 10 gold a week to operate inside the city. For businesses wise, so we should be able to pull in a little bit more than that, but you never know. It depends on how well things are going.
Right.
And I also, if I'm not mistaken, you're probably looking I know that my cousin opened up a restaurant and it cost her around 250 gold for all of the licenses. However, she was also opening a stay at night overnight tavern, as well as everything. So without that license, I don't know exactly how much of it will be taken out, but I will go find that out and let you guys know. And then once I figure out how much it is, I can go ahead and go through everything, and we can probably be. I'll be frank. We could probably be open in about a week.
Okay, the only other thing I think we need to take care of is, and I would love to have any recommendations you have, is in terms of like a bartender or waitstaff person, 1-on-1. I don't know how many we would need. That like I'll take that up to you. But if you have anyone you know that you think would be a good fit for that role, give us a name. We'll meet with them first before we go and look anywhere else.
Of course. Well, I mean, if you all are kind of hiring me on as manager specifically, I can take care of all of that. I can take care of the hiring, and I can take care of all of that. If you let me know roughly how much do you want to spend, let's say per week on waitstaff. So I know what the rough number is, and then I can get you a number of people that we could hire.
All right, so probably over open and evenings. Expected places this size, we're going to want at least 2, maybe 3.
Honestly, I'll be honest, you could probably just deal with 2. One behind the bar,
Sure.
and then one waiting the tables, as well as the person
Okay.
who's working the bar could probably make their way over to they could probably work the side table pretty easily. There's only about room for about 7 chairs here, so that's not too much to handle.
That's fair.
And that's including obviously like the cook in the back and everything. So it's 3 people total down here.
Yeah, so 3 people. That's about what I was expecting. So if you know 2 good, reliable folks who can work this, we can also probably make some accommodations. I don't know if this place is really built for shoulder folk of our statures, but we can probably make it easier for you. We can also see about making some accommodations for you, just for reaching to things. Have you
It's
taken a
fine.
look down
I've dealt with human-sized things for my entire life, so I'm frankly at this point pretty used to it. I'll just carry around a short stool with me if I need it.
All right, or we could have a few just put around where it's convenient. Second thing, have you looked down in the basement yet?
No, I have not. I've just been up in the kitchen with you all. Is that
All right,
going to be your primary storage area?
It's a primary storage area for a pantry and things that we need to be kept cool and dry. Also, we have some good barrels down there for beer brewing. We have the equipment for it. I don't know how much we have in the way of we actually have 0 in the way of beer right now, which is my main concern.
We were mostly waiting for the well to be able to have water to do all that.
Alright. Well, initially I'd probably suggest buying alcohol for now. And just selling it that way. Until you can get a regular house brew in.
Yeah.
It'll probably take you. It could take a couple months to get a solid brew or like steadiness to the brew in. It takes a little while to it takes about a week to make the alcohol, and then usually another week to let it sit and kind of probably get ready.
I'd say probably whatever you're thinking, way longer, because it's me and I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
So buying alcohol would probably be good because drunk patrons pay better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, and so that's what I was thinking. It's just unless we can get someone who has a hand at least knowing how to get just tending to the brew itself and brewing.
Look, I just need some time, and we'll figure. At the very least, you'll get drunk.
Well, and let's just hope we don't get poisoned too.
You never know.
I'll make sure of whatever supply we get that it'll be fine.
All right.
You can always test anything that is made in-house first, just to make sure that it's servable.
Well, I would test it myself, 100%. Yeah.
So, from there we're looking at that probably puts us at about I'll say probably about 2 gold a week for extra laborers. So, upkeep costs you're probably looking at about 15 gold a week. For I would say that's for staffing, and some supply, or that's including the guild expense for the operating inside the city, and then you also have to take in food. So we're probably looking at a total of around 30 gold a week for operating, for food and alcohol and everything.
So do we want to just give her like 280 gold when she leaves tonight?
Maybe she should come back every few days and we can give her more gold because...
Oh, I meant the 280 is mostly for the licensing, more than like a weekly pay thing.
Let's find out what the licensing is.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and if you don't mind, if one of you can come with me for the licensing, I'm a relatively scrawny woman, and I have never seen 280 gold in my life. So, frankly, I don't feel safe walking through town with that much gold.
Well, if you come back we can go tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine. You just said 280 gold, and the aspect of walking through town with that terrifies me. Because we just met, and I don't want to lose it.
Yeah, way more.
That is a fair.
That was just my concern. Yeah, we can go together.
That sounds completely fine. Small gold, like 5-10 gold, losing that to robbers. That's one thing. 280 gold would be questionable, as I just started working for you, and that I don't want to lose my job immediately.
All right.
But so I guess I'll arrive tomorrow morning early. And I can possibly go ahead and cook breakfast, and I'll go ahead and work on the menu and get all of that done for this evening. I'll look through a possible. We're probably gonna also want to look into advertising that we're gonna be opening. So I'll look into possibly getting some leaflets, getting some criers as well that can shout out that the days that we'll be reopening once we officially decide that. As well as hiring new staff, getting everything clean and proper, and getting supplies here. We can start working on. I'll at least get a plan laid out for all of that tomorrow. I'll cook breakfast as well, so you all can just wake up and just be ready for all of that.
I heard breakfast.
Fantastic.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Annabelle.
Of course. She will kind of, well, I best get home and let the husband know the good news.
And I'll flip her a gold piece.
Oh, thank you.
That's just for today and tomorrow, at the very least.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
She will kind of hop off her stool that she has been standing on behind the bar to meet your eye level as she goes wandering off through the back room. Gathers up some things and then heads out for the evening. During as she was finishing the meal as well, Eli is already headed out for the day. Retcon O'Leary, go ahead and give me a we said it was a survival check, right? For going through the wood, I think.
I don't remember, but yeah, sure.
Survival check should be fine. Okay.
Natural.
You kind of get lost in your own mind as you're going through the wood, and you're kind of just chopping wood. You're just kind of sawing wood to saw it, and just kind of tossing it in piles appropriately, according to that.
Sounds accurate.
So yeah, well, you get you get about of inside of your pile of usable wood.
Yeah.
You have another about I'll say like 5 pounds of usable wood on top of the 10 pounds of unusable wood.
It's fine.
So, yeah. What else would you guys like to do with the evening? We can go ahead and retcon as well. Burstuck, if you want to give me... you said you were going to work on it for 3 hours, so 3 Smith's Tools checks?
4 hours, because I think we
had
9 hours, so it was like 4 hours. That's why I was working the extra hours, so I got like 4 rounds.
Yep. So go ahead and give me 4 Smith's Tools checks. Nice.
Wow.
Damn.
Good rolls.
Got one more.
And natural one.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
Holy shit.
So, you had an incredibly effective day. As you've kind of made your way to the forge, and you're kind of walking through. You kind of started walking through in your mind the situation of everything that had been going on, and you didn't even think about your smithing. You were just focused on this other thing, which allowed your subconscious to take over, and channeling the knowledge that you do have it was just kind of just going through stuff like it was a normal day. Easy day at the forge. Everything's going right. Nothing's going wrong. You managed to, in that course of time, finish a full set of plate armor that is immaculate. Looking at this armor, it is, for D&D terms, it is a masterwork quality set of plate mail. This is a incredibly nice piece of work. As you're working on it, you don't even notice it, as you're kind of just sitting here just working, and you get to the end of this piece. You're kind of finishing the sear on, or finishing the last sears on it, burning out some of the little bubbles and imperfections that are there, tapping it down and start to polish it off and kind of start to set it down. You look behind you and see Embrick and Avi are just watching you at this point. They have noticed the work that you are doing, and it was a masterclass in how smithing is supposed to be done, and they just kind of got enthralled a little bit and started watching, as they were just kind of sorting the forge out for you as you were going through stuff. Whenever you needed to chill stuff, they would immediately refill the water for everything. They were just letting you do your job. As you finish this and set it down, they're like, well, that's better than I've done in a while. Damn. He's just kind of, you watch as Ember kind of picks up this thing and just kind of looks into it and is kind of staring at it. I don't know why you don't do this every time.
Oh, I think I just had a really good day today. Nice long walk, cleared my head, and took care of something that I've been puzzling over for a while.
Well, I'll just be honest with you. I don't know if you're going to be able to make something better than this for a while. It would be a shame for this to go to the city. This is a classwork that is far beyond what our call is for a agreement, and it is not in my best business sense to give you the minor amount of gold that it would be for this piece of armor. Because the amount that we originally agreed upon, this is not fair. I'll just be frank with you. Smith to Smith, I can't rightfully pay you the amount of money that it would be for this piece of armor. And although you used our forge and everything like that, I'll cut you a deal. Pay for the material, you can just keep the set of armor. Because it's far too nice for us to pay you what we could have paid you for it. If you want to, I can take the material cost out, and I can go ahead and pay you what I would sell for a half of what I would sell this armor for, as well, is also an option.
I'd be willing to cover the material cost. But how much is that, would you say?
250 gold for the material cost for the armor.
Done and done. I will get that to you within the day.
I fully trust you. Just take it home with you. That's. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to compare myself to that when I'm working.
I do apologize, but thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
It's phenomenal. I just didn't. I was looking at your work, and as it was kind of coming to place, I was like, I don't want to sell that to the city. I mean, we have a deal with them. Don't get me wrong. Business is business, but that would be a bad business deal on our end, because they're not going to pay us more for a nicer set of armor.
That is fair. I understand entirely. Thank you very much. I'll be back tomorrow, probably.
Well, if you're doing work like that, you can come back more often.
I'll see what I can do.
As you look around, you can see that Avi has completed a couple of warhammers on the day, and a couple of swords as well. You do know that Embrick was working on a custom job that he is currently still working on. As you see a incredibly nice, roughly around the same quality of what you're doing at the moment, helmet and part of a set of a breastplate that seems to be stuff that he's working on, as well as carvings through the top section across the neckline of this breastplate, which you're imagining he's probably going to have this enchanted, so that's most likely what the carving area is for. It seems to be places that you can place magic runes in.
All right. That I'm honestly just as surprised as they are.
Look, you're welcome for me rolling a bunch of 3s, because now the world is balanced again.
We reset the balance and just got you ready for that. So with that, you can go ahead and add a masterwork plate armor, also known as a +1 plate armor. You would like to add that to a. It's not magically enchanted. However, it is a +1 set of plate armor.
Damn.
Good rolls are good rolls.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that's a fucking good set of rolls. There's no way they would sell that to the city. They looked at that shit and they're like, we're either buying it from them or buying it from him, or he can have it. We're not selling that to the city. Because just as a reference, plate armor at like cost, if like you buy it, is plate armor is the most expensive armor you can buy at 1,500 gold.
Damn.
Crazy.
At cost, it cost them 750 gold, as in materials and use of the forge and everything like that. They were selling it to the city for 1,000 gold a pop. A masterwork set of plate armor goes for a lot more than 1,500 gold.
Good lord.
So, yeah.
You got yourself some new armor, so that's good.
The question is, do you have the strength 15 to wear it?
You need 15 strength
I have a
to wear
strength of
plate?
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need
I
15
didn't even
strength.
know that.
You need 15 strength to wear it, or it decreases your movement speed to wear the armor.
The
Oh, shit.
thing is, because I'm a dwarf, even if
He's
I
a
didn't
dwarf,
have the
yeah, he
strength,
has it- he
I
has
could
the
still
advantage.
wear it with no problem.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, you also because you have the strength, you also don't get the disadvantage on attack rolls. Because it's 5 feet of movement reduced, and you get disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's if you don't have the strength for it, which makes sense.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, if anyone's
It's heavy. It's bulky and everything. Yeah.
So,
Just a disadvantage on stealth, right?
yeah, you still have
Oh,
disadvantage.
that's regardless, yeah.
Yeah. I know. Metal chain, all that.
Yeah. So, you have made yourself a very, very nice set of plate armor. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do with your evening?
Oh,
No.
as soon as I get home, I'm going to walk right back with the 250 golds.
You can do that.
Oh, okay.
They're very much in the shop, and take the money from you and give a nod to you and let you know if you keep it up, they'll probably pay it off in a few days, material-wise.
Sounds good. All right.
So, is anyone else doing anything with their evening? Tally is gone for now. The floors have been fixed up in the entirety of the tavern. You guys have a possibly an opening date coming up as well.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything planned for my evening.
I'm just gonna spend like 40 minutes just with the cats and training them again and feeding
I
them.
keep forgetting that we have cats.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, as you guys start to settle down into the later evening, where are all of you at the moment, stationed-wise?
So this is like after the lady left.
This is
For
after
cooking,
the
I
lady
probably-
left. This is, you guys are looking probably like an hour after she left. It's probably like 8 p.m.
I'll probably just be sitting somewhere downstairs with the brewer's book that I've been reading because I'm gonna try eventually.
Yeah, you can technically start trying now if you would like to, because you do have
I
the
don't know
brewer's
the
kit.
wells down there yet.
I mean, You could go down
I
there
don't
and
know.
check.
I was cutting wood.
You could happily go
I don't
down
want
there and
to.
check. I would also say that Tally probably lets you know that they finished the well. So you probably do know, actually.
Oh,
Because he's been referring to you if anyone stopped by or dropped anything off while you guys are gone.
true. Okay, then yeah, I would know.
Mhm.
I'm not trying it tonight.
That's fine.
And do I have the supplies like to brew?
Yeah.
I know I have the kit, but I mean like the
you bought
whatever.
some supplies when you bought the kit. Like a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay.
It was like 5 gold worth, so it was a little bit.
Now I'll probably try that in the afternoon.
Alright. What anyone else doing anything, or where are you at the moment? I'll ask that as well.
I'll probably be in my room, stowing away my scale mail, adjusting the fit on the plate mail, just kind of tinkering with that.
Sure. So, you all are settling in for the evening. When you anyone who's in the tavern, if anyone is in the tavern, which I guess Illyria is, you watch as Rainier walks in the door. Kind of knocks on the door as he's like peeking in. Hello,
Who's
anyone here?
who's Rainier again?
Oh,
That's
neat.
the guy from the bar, right?
That is the guy that you
it's
guys
the
were
guy we
sent to
rescued.
rescue.
Oh yeah, we were like, go talk to your family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll say hi. I just gesture for him to come in because he's already peeking in anyway.
Right. He makes his way in. I'm guessing you're sitting at the bar. Are you sitting at the bar? Or are
Yeah,
you
it's
sitting at the
fine.
fireplace? Or I guess it's summer, so
Probably
probably
the
not.
bar, knowing me.
Probably not the fireplace. It's the summer.
Yeah.
He shuts the door, makes his way over. I did gather some information. My father did not wish to have a meeting with you, but I did ask some of his acquaintances nearby what could have been going on.
Mm-hmm.
It would probably be better if we got everyone for this, possibly.
Okay. I'm gonna bang on the wall and hope everyone comes down.
Sure, you can bang on the roof.
Yeah.
Take your axe and
The
just bang
floor.
on the roof. It'll be fine. It
Just
needs to
be
be
like,
fixed.
hey!
It needs to be fixed anyway, still.
Yeah.
As all of you guys come down, I'm gonna, if you would like to, you get a bang
Filter down.
as you guys make your way down. Dakar, he was a attendant of my father's. He was a gnome who had worked for my father for quite some time. I had recently found out that apparently the thing that he had been doing in the city was attempting to spy on me. He was attempting to gather information on me, keep my whereabouts in mind, and he was watching the evening that I had been kidnapped, as it were. And had been tasked by my father to do something else as well. My father, at some point, I believe I've told you, had a rumor that he had acquired the Stone of Galore. Do you all know what that is?
No idea.
It's the key, the secret, or the secret that you need to open the vault.
The Dragon Vault, yeah.
It's a part of the key, and it was the most unique part, and the part that's definitely not replaceable. Well, apparently, the thing that Daklaha was doing was he had watched you all rescue me, and he had apparently heard that the Zenitarum and Xanathar were close on his heels of finding out where he was, and they found out what he acquired. according to my friend, he was seen making his way here with the Stone of Galore to give it to you all for safekeeping. However, we found no such stone at the scene of the crime, which means
Whoever did it took it for the stone as somebody that was watching.
either whoever did it or possibly the party that was chasing after him. One of them did get away.
True.
And
I'm gonna ask him what he knows about the noble family. But I'm not gonna tell him we traced anything to the house or anything. Just like, what does he know about them?
Like Brent Halls or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember their name.
give me 1 second. I'll see what he knows. Yala and Oron Grindhall, are the lady and lord of the house, respectively. Both of them were acquaintances of mine. We attempted many of the same ventures as we were both a part of, at the time, lordly members of the city. Ever since my father was ostracized from the city, they had both, at one point, definitely been connected with some shady business at one or two occasions. Heard of bribery and blackmail from them, but nothing too horrible as far as I'm aware. It's mostly been undergroundy deals for not business sense, if that makes sense. Small things, different things, favors, different things like that accordingly. But apart from that, their station has never been proven in any way, shape, or form, as far as I'm aware.
Do you think they'd have an interest in that rock you were talking about?
Well, if everything that I've told you is exactly as it was, yes. I mean, everyone in the city would have an interest in that rock. Every organization in this city, every nobleman, every single...
Well, we know the Zentarum was there. Because we found there were bodies with their stuff, but it was somebody on a roof that was the one that did the devastating blow.
I'm pretty sure that was the Nimblewright.
The Nimblewright, you say?
Is the Nimblewright the one that got away? Because that's how we chased them to that place, right?
The Nimblewright was something that got away.
Something.
Yeah.
There was a person still in the ground party that got away.
There was a person on the ground party who got away, and there was also the person on the roof that was the Nimblewright.
That was the Nimblewright, yeah.
Yes.
Because that's the kid said he saw him up there with that and whatever. Yeah.
He was addressed as the attacker. The Nimblewright was the attacker, as far as you're aware.
So there were attackers, pursuers, and the poor victim.
Uh-huh.
Well, and there's a group. So I think there's 3
But I wouldn't say he's
Zentrum,
necessarily
right?
poor. He was a spy for my father. He wasn't the best person,
No,
but
fair.
I mean, he was
So
better than
you have
some, I suppose.
you have the victim, who is coming to us for possibly to bring that for safekeeping for some reason. You've got the people pursuing him, one of whom apparently survived and may have made off with the stuff. And then you have the one that was on the roof that attacked all of them together and may have chased one who escaped. So we have at least 2 factions here. And we know that the Xanathar and the Zents are currently stirring up something fierce right now.
As they always are. It does appear that way, though. That might have been partially the reason why the Xenotarium grabbed me as well. Or
Thinking you knew something about it?
attempted to.
Yeah.
Well, or attempting to bribe my safety for the device.
True, yeah.
Okay. I guess at the end of the day, you all have found out this much information about them. What else have you done about this information?
What?
We're currently pursuing a lead on the Nimble Ride as we speak.
All right.
Yeah.
That's probably a good course of action. I will be careful about, it has any connection with that noble family. Do be careful. They are quite well tied, and I can't attest to who they're tied with.
Yeah.
They,
So he seems to think that, like, there's some sort of shade with them, right?
You guys
And
know that
that's-
the Nimblewright was what was at their at least according to the device, is what it was at their
Yeah.
establishment. So,
Well, here's the thing. We've also found a Nimblewright on a boat,
you have.
so...
Yeah, well, the
Which,
thing
as far
is,
as you're
though,
aware, those Nimblewrights you could not place at the time of the attack.
Yep, as far as we are aware, they were out at sea at the time the attack happened, so...
Yeah,
And Azra
that we
did
know.
roll,
But I'm
Azra
just
did roll
saying,
really
just...
high on her insight, and he was telling the truth.
Yeah, no, that I know that. But what I'm saying is, we've already had one ping, and it wasn't them. Just because we're getting a ping here doesn't mean that that's the same Nimblewright. It just means that there is a
It's true.
Nimblewright.
True. But it's still worth investigating.
Oh, 100%. Just saying.
Nimblewrights are quite rare devices.
Yeah.
Having three at the same city is pretty unheard of, unless it's the city of Waterdeep, as it is arguably probably the largest city on the entire Sword Coast. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm just... so I asked the detective dude, because I wanted to see if he had heard anything about them being, like, in some sort of, like, shady business. Underground, like, stuff. And then I'm asking him, and the detective didn't know anything, but this guy seems to have some sort of belief in that there is some sort of truth to that, or it's
Yeah.
definitely a possibility.
it's definitely a possibility, according to him. He knows. Yeah, you get the feeling that Rainier was probably pretty well connected with most of noble society at the time when before he was kind of, had shoved his father away and stopped caring about any of his father's stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is what you know.
Okay. That's what I was just trying to gauge the difference.
That's all the information I have for you. If you do recover the stone, let me know. Frankly, because I believed it to be only myth, and I just want to see it. If for nothing else. The tavern looks good, by the way. Last time I came here, it was needing some work. Looks like you all are about ready to open.
We're getting ready. We just hired a cook today. Tell all your friends.
I
Need
certainly will.
advertising.
I'll possibly reach out to some friends that reach out to some town criers and the such that do advertisement to let them know that the Troll Skull Manor could be possibly opening soon.
Soon, TM. The TM's very important.
It's good to know. But, I must be off for the evening. Wanted to get this information to you as quickly as possible, and I
appreciate it.
apologize about the meeting with my father, but frankly, I didn't expect it to go that far, and I'm quite happy it didn't. So, I best be off, and I hope this helps somehow. As he
And
will
letting us know.
put on an overcoat as well as a cloak above his head as he makes his way out, and we'll head out.
Is it raining?
At the moment, it is drizzling a little bit. There is a storm out at the moment. It's not raining heavy, but it is raining a little bit. So, what would you all like to do?
I'm gonna ask kind of while everyone's still down there, and just like, what do you guys think about what we know?
Well, I mean, I think that those nobles probably are. I mean, we have searched this entire damn city. Like,
Yes, we
there
have.
are
Yeah.
not very many places we have left to search that could possibly maybe be habit. Not a lot of spots. We have literally searched the entire damn city. I'm pretty sure these nobles are it. And you know what? People they're probably involved with something. I don't know if it's the freaking beholder or if it's the Zents. I don't know. But either way,
Older?
they're
What?
actually, do I know that? I thought Xanathar, knowing what Xanathar was kind of known.
I don't know. Me, I don't know.
What are you talking about? Sorry, I was happening. I was reading
What
something.
do people just know the name Xanathar, or do we know what Xanathar is as well?
Xanathar is a whisper around town.
Oh, okay.
You know about the organization, and you know that
Okay,
their sign
okay.
is an eye. That is that.
So,
I would
yeah,
probably
but we don't
say.
know that they're.
Okay.
I would probably
Okay.
say that's the most you'd know. You would also know for a fact, because you experienced it during the campaign, that the Xanathar's Guild did have a connection with at least one tentacly faced individual.
Yeah, I
As
remember
he did
that.
walk past you guys as he teleported out of
This
there.
is true. All right, so yeah, the eyeball dudes and the eyeball folk and the Zents, whatever they're up to, they're mixed up with one or the other. I'm sure of it.
Mind I don't know why, but my brain just froze on Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer, that's what I meant to say.
Illithid.
Illithid, Mind Flayer,
Yeah.
Nimble Right. Too many fucking creatures.
Yeah, for real. And I don't even know 20% of them. Yeah, okay. So I wasn't sure if... I'd never heard anyone say anything about a beholder yet, which is why I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I would say you probably don't know Xanathar's origin or what he actually is.
Okay.
Because that would probably be
so
a
we
little
just know
bit
the
more
name.
secret.
Yep.
Okay. So then I
And
didn't say
their
anything about
symbol.
beholder.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine. You just confused the hell out of me, was all.
Sorry.
Oh,
my
I
bad.
apologize as well.
see?
Apparently it is 12-foot tall walls, not 10-foot. My bad.
Oh, okay.
That changes
Okay.
so much.
Yeah, that's
I'm
that's
2
a,
feet.
that's
We
a
can't do it now. It's
even
that's
larger
it.
hurdle.
It's a pretty
We
sizable
definitely
hurdle.
have to go in through a sewer. Okay, so if
That
they don't
wouldn't
have a
be-
sewer, are we in favor of digging our own sewer?
We could
That-
use our tavern as a front and just say that we think it would be cool for their family
to
to
go
come
there?
by. Yeah.
Kind of gauge them. Yeah, that's true. It's not a bad idea, but we're not open yet.
It's true.
We should
I
wait
mean-
until we have a date so we could give them that information then.
First of all, we need to let the guards do their thing, and they'll
Oh,
probably
yeah.
get on us and ask us to help.
So we're thinking that the motive for them doing it is related to the dragon item thing?
Yeah,
Probably.
the stone.
Okay. I would have liked to ask the noble guy, the Neverember guy, if there was any beef between him and that family, but we could maybe explore that later.
Okay. That's true too. If they had like a personal reason to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just wait and see if we hear anything from the guard.
Seems the most course of action for now.
And when you come downstairs, are you wearing your plate?
I was probably trying it on and making sure it fit right, so probably.
It's a little big. It's a little big, but it fits.
It looks good.
You have a feeling that you could probably pay an enchanter if you wanted to give you a a common enchantment on it to make the armor resize to you properly. However, if you did
Okay.
that, because you were technically creating the armor not for you, you were creating it for a general guard, so it was just created with an average sized person. So it is a little bit big for you. You could probably get it enchanted for relatively cheap, as the enchantment just for a resizing enchant does not cost that much. The armor is the expensive part of that, so.
I will probably look into that.
Right. For gold wise, I'll say just for reference, you're probably looking at like 50 gold for the enchantment, and it'll probably take like 2 or 3 days.
I can do that, yeah.
Yeah, well, Larry just lets you know. They're like, oh, it looks good.
Yeah, I made it today.
You made it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I got in the zone.
You made that, and Larry just in her mind's like, he made this, and I made that shitty chair that's in my room.
You get the vision of your 3.5-legged chair that is wobbly but functional.
It still works, kinda. That's just going through my mind. I'm like, oh, you did really well.
This afternoon, I just was focused on the work.
Yeah, apparently. Well, cool.
It's a little big. Probably have to get it adjusted somehow.
Or you could grow.
I will take that under advisement.
Okay. I'm not a doctor. Now I just go back to reading my book.
Sure, you can do that. So you all go back to your evening activities of training cats as well. For the cat training, Heath, go ahead and give me 2 animal handling checks. I'll say 1 for each cat.
Okay.
1 for each cat.
I'm casting Speak with Animals, so advantage?
Yep, so advantage.
Yeah, great. Needed advantage.
Technically, you wouldn't have. Both of those rolls were first. But it's
For the
fine.
first ones. Unless I went 24 and 7, because then he would have needed it.
Yeah. Yeah, you start to train both cats. They start to understand in general where you want them to go to the bathroom and where you don't want them to go to the bathroom. They start to kind of understand some basic commands like come here, come over here. As you kind of you use your speak with animal ability for them to kind of instruct them, and then you give them the word outside of the connection as well in common, so that way they can kind of connect the two. Kind of moving this or using the spell and then releasing the spell, and after the spell is over you kind of go through all the commands again afterwards, and it seems like they understand it without you being able to speak with animals roughly. So that is it seems to be fine.
Great. Very productive day today.
Yeah, we found the thing that we walked miles for, so that's nice.
Yep.
For days.
Many days.
Days is definitely the right one.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. Sorry. I'm just looking at the villa overlay. I was mistaken. There is no outer fence around the edges that are house. The edges that are house are solid house. It is a solid. It is a solid. In each floor is 20 feet tall. So the central portion of the house is roughly about 40 feet tall. Because it's 2 floors. So to get to the roof is about 40 feet up.
Okay.
And there is a fence that runs along the back wall, as well as a fence that kind of runs along where everyone else's, the other people's property are, as well as one on the street that had the gate access. And there was a building on the back that had an access on the other road that had an access. It wasn't a gate. It's an actual like building that has a probably a carriage area. Is what you would guess. Apologies. I thought for some reason I was like let me go double check what this thing is laid out with, just because I didn't remember. I was looking at a different one that had the outer gate. My bad. 2 different houses. So, anything else you guys are doing before heading to sleep for this evening?
Just gonna admire my chair before I go to bed.
Sure. You admire your chair, take in the wonder that is your chair, and pass the fuck out. As you guys make your way through the evening, hold. I'm changing music. You've had that music the entire session, and it has gotten to the point where I've noticed it. So, you all wake up in the morning, feeling refreshed, all your spell slots back, full health, a whole 9 yards. If you had any points of exhaustion, they're gone. As you all settle in for the morning. Does anyone wake up super early, or do you guys sleep in, or what's the deal?
I'm gonna sleep in.
Okay. I was gonna say, you do know that you have breakfast that will be made for you whenever Annabelle
so
arrives.
I'm just gonna sleep in too.
Right. You guys sleep in. Anyone who wants to sleep in. If you wake up at your normal time, around the time you guys wake up, Annabelle has already made her way into the back door.
Oh, did we give her a key?
She did not. So no, she just kind of comes to the front door and starts knocking on the door at some point.
Okay.
Decently early around 7 a.m. So imagining one of you guys is up at that point, and will answer the door accordingly. Whoever would like to say that they are up.
Well, if she's knocking on the door, then I'm probably here because my room's basically above the door. Yeah.
That works. So yeah, you can hear someone knocking on the door.
I don't hear it.
And make your way downstairs and find that Annabelle is at the front door. Oh, I apologize. I forgot to ask for a key. That probably would be important.
It's no problem. We forgot as well.
She has a little basket of supplies that you imagine she has gathered together for breakfast, as well as about 6 or 7 different sheets of parchment that appear to all have writing on them in the basket itself, kind of tucked in behind some cloth that has all of the things that she would need to make breakfast. Great, well, I'll head to the kitchen and I'll go ahead and get started on breakfast. It'll be about 15 minutes.
Yeah, do your work. Probably better than what we would do.
She will make her way back, and we'll go ahead and prepare. Still passable with the +5. She prepares some. Definitely a little bit worse than her grand feast that she gave you guys last night, but still better than what you've been getting. I'll go ahead and actually technically do probably a +7 for her actually. Anyways, so it's a 14 total, I would say. Because that was with the advantage roll for that, but both of them were 7s. As she prepares some morning blueberry pancakes for the everyone, as well as supplies with fresh maple syrup that she had bought at the market this morning, that she leaves the jar out for all of you all to enjoy as she goes about her business. As you guys all make your way down after sleeping in, she keeps it, anyone who is not downstairs as well, she keeps the fire going and has a warming box that is next to the fire, that close enough to the stove will kind of keep the food warm, but it won't continue to cook the food. So whenever you guys make your way down, you still have a warm meal. As you guys make your way down, once everyone has arrived, alright, so I got working last night to make sure that I got all the information on the way home. You're looking at 150 gold for the licenses that you do need. 100 gold for the business license and 50 gold for the restaurant license. Those should be the only 2 licenses you need. Again, with the 10 gold business, 10 gold once the business is opened. So upon the grand opening, you would have to pay that as well. As well as I've put a little group of candidates that I'll go ahead and call out, people that I've worked with before, as well as some suggestions from some of my friends who are working in the industries. Because I went to I went to my cousin to ask what the pricing on everything was, so I knew. She also did get me in contact with some of the suppliers that are nearby. So I'm probably gonna spend the day doing that and going to see what they can supply. how expensive it is, what price range we're looking at for weekly deliveries, and all the such. I was probably gonna head down as well to the storage room, if that's okay this morning, and just get kind of a lay of the land, as it were, and see if there's any extra furniture that we might need for storage. I'll probably add a couple of bookshelves up here, just to have things that we don't really want to be going all the way downstairs for. There's also plates and mugs and everything that we'll need to put stuff in or on for serving dishes. And I'll go ahead and get a price range for what we'd be looking at for, at this point, just the opening, just for everything.
Just imagine if her husband wasn't some dumbass that took a loan out, we would have never met her.
Yeah.
And don't say that out loud. That's just us. But I in character was like, oh, that sounds great. I didn't think that far ahead.
Well, it's partially, it's a good thing that you found me. I'm a fairly good cook, but I've been in a lot of restaurants, so I kind of know all the ins and outs of them.
Yeah, I can tell, because I didn't think of any of that.
No, sure, good luck that.
We're probably, I would say as well, I would advise opening around lunchtime, as you are going to get quite a lot of people who are businessmen and the such that are going to be looking for places to eat, so that way they don't have to go all the way home if they didn't want to bring their lunch. So that's probably the time that I would be looking to open. Probably with a wait staff of one person out there, and I can manage the kitchen during that time. And I can also serve people as well if I need to, depending on the rush and depending on how full we get. We shouldn't need 2 people at that time. And then having probably a second person come in closer to around early afternoon, just to start getting things ready and get prepped for dinner. And then we'd be looking at prep time, and once the rush hit, we'd probably be looking at being full up until the wee hours of the night, and having last call probably around 12 bells, around midnight, and calling it a day. We probably would be cleaned up around 2 bells in the morning.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds like a good plan.
That sounds good.
And hopefully at some point as well, I might consider getting a second hand in the kitchen, depending on how busy we are down the line, if that would be all right.
Yeah.
I don't mind
gauge how everything's gonna go, but yeah.
During the opening, I don't mind working long hours, but there's a good chance that if we're looking at probably opening close to noon or a little bit before noon for lunchtime, and then working all the way until probably around 2 bells, 2 silent bells, as it's after or during the nightfall. You're looking at being open for probably close to 15 to 16 hours some days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would probably need more staff if we're going to be doing that.
It's fine, and I think we can handle it with a small staff to start, and then they'll probably demand more wages, and that's when we'll just hire another person to take half of their job, and that'll probably solve our problem.
Oh.
Hey.
Well, I'll go ahead and get all of that ready for you, and I'll make sure to have it by this evening, so that way I can have probably around the time I prepared dinner. I will not be here for lunch. I apologize. I'll probably be out dealing with all of this, but I'll make sure to be here for dinner as well.
No need. So just we're finishing breakfast and then we're going with her to get the licenses, right? She doesn't want to carry the gold.
Yep. Or at least one of you could go with her to get the licenses. It's up to you if all of you want to go.
I mean, if we're gonna get robbed, I want to be there. So.
Yeah. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
It's not that she's saying that you're going to get robbed, as much as the aspect of she looks like a fairly frail halfling, definitely not an adventurer, although she is fairly effective in the kitchen. And 250 gold to clarify, if you want to look at it from the standpoint of her living situation, would basically
that's
make
it.
her an indentured servant to you for over a year to pay it back. And she just recently got out of they're currently working on paying off a loan shark. So being an indentured servant while paying off a loan shark, it just wouldn't look bad for her in the long run.
Yeah.
So she just doesn't want to lose that large sum of gold over the course of, just being hired. So it makes sense. Like, when you look at it from that standpoint, like, you guys paying her at 5 silver a day, she's barely gonna make 300 gold in a year.
Yeah.
Or she's barely gonna make 250 gold in a year. Like, she's gonna be looking around 325 to, or I guess 360 range, roughly. I don't know the exact calendar of D&D. I don't know what their world works on a calendar.
I mean, even if there's like say 360 days in a year, which is 5 short of ours.
Yeah.
So 12 30-day months. You're looking at, if she's
So
eating
technically
5 silver a
150.
day,
You're
so
looking at that. Yeah,
180
gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
that
that's
would.
totally fine.
You're looking
I
at a
just
few
didn't know what
years
our
of
plan was.
wage for her that she's about to spend. She doesn't want that on her person. So yeah. So you guys all go. You guys can all go with her to get the licenses. She takes you guys to 3 different buildings throughout towns. To kind of quickly go through it. 2 of them in the North Ward. One of them closer to the Market District. Inside of the what ward is that? Apologies, let me check. It would be the. Oh, that's also technically in the North Ward. So all 3 are in the North Ward. One of them is like the southern part of the North Ward. As you guys go ahead and help her out, pay out the licenses, and make your way back home. It probably takes you about an hour to do all of that. Well, the rest of it I can take care of. They're little patches of gold here and there. And I'll get you guys estimates on everything, and then I'll probably just get a purse from you, and I can take little bits here and there to pay off everything else.
All right.
But we are a certified business as of tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good. Then there's one other errand that I know Brisdick would have wanted done, which is seek out a enchanter of some sort.
Sure. Give me. How would you like to do this to seek out the enchanter? I'll leave it up to you. Do you just want to look through town? Do you want to ask around? What would you like to do?
As well, I was probably gonna ask, possibly before we head out. I know there's that bookstore near us, and might know something.
Right.
Since he seems to have some knowledge of magical stuff, just pop in there and ask if he knows any recommendations for where to
You
go.
also did see Embrick last night did have a piece that looked like he was getting ready for enchantment.
There's that as well.
So it's up to you what you would like to do. I'll go ahead and say roll an investigation check between asking him and asking the bookstore and Embrick. All right. The DC is not very high, as you're getting advice from both of them. Embrick lets you know of his enchanter that he uses. It's a half-elfin woman who lives just north of the City of the Dead. She's a little bit expensive, or more expensive than some enchanters that are in town. But the reason that he uses her is because she has a lot of enchanters and is always very, very timely with, basically if he says he needs something, then they get the job done, no questions asked, even if it normally would take a little bit longer. From the bookstore, you get told about a enchanter that lives pretty close to you guys, on Thunderstaff Way, just north of where you guys live, who is a practicing wizard who does enchanting on the side. He's not sure what his wages are, but he knows of him, and he knows that he does some enchanting work.
All right, I'll probably go hit up the half-elven woman then,
Alright.
since Embrick recommends them. That's her.
Alright, so you make your way down. Do you make your way down there with the? Yeah, you're wearing the armor, so of course you do. Never mind.
Oh no, I'm not wearing the armor right now. I have it packed up.
Okay. You make your
I
way
have it
down there
in-
with
I
the
have it in a
armor,
bag.
or
I'm
do you?
carrying the armor with me,
Okay.
and then I'm wearing my scale mail. So
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, you make your way down towards this. Since I am making up this person on the spot, I'll go ahead and say they live on what is this street? I'm not gonna pitch that street because that street sounds like a trap. We're gonna go with Brahir Street. The one that I was looking at is Catch Thief Alley, and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna put it there. That sounds like a trap that I'm setting you guys up for.
sounds sus.
Brahir Street. As you make your way in, it's a relatively lavish business. With it looks like 4 different people who are currently working in the front store. As this is an enchanting shop, they do also have magic items for sale. And the name of the store is, let me bring up my magic shop name generator, is I don't like any of those names. Hold. It's called Vision is the name of the shop. And as you make your way in there, you were told by Imbrick that her name is Eldra. And that she was the owner of the store and the owner of the establishment. And as you walk in, you see a relatively lavishly dressed half-elven woman standing there at the front. What looks like green leather armor that seems to be tailored more as clothing than really as armor. It doesn't look like it has a lot of... It doesn't look like it's armor for the sake of being used, as much as armor for the sake of just kind of being worn. It looks very, very nice. It doesn't look like it's been used in combat at any point. As she stands behind the front desk, as the bell, or as you open the door, as you hear music play. No doorbell or anything, like there's no bell that's at the door or anything like that. As you open the door, you just kind of hear gentle music playing as you open the door. As she turns to you, green eyes, relatively tall, probably pushing the 6-foot range, very slender, with darkish red hair. Oh, welcome. And who might you be?
Burzdick Molten Quarry, of the Molten Quarry families of Smiths, and I'm a wizard, and I'm looking to get my plate mail enchanted.
Well, lovely to meet you. My name is Eldris Silverleaf. Welcome to Vision. You said enchanted. How would you like to get it enchanted?
No, it's something that make it sizable. So I wasn't making it for me originally, so it's a bit bigger than it needs to be. But
it's
for me now.
You want it to adjust to magically to however the wearer's size is.
Aye, that'd be useful.
All right.
Indeed.
Incredibly basic enchantment. We would be looking at probably. How soon would you want this done?
How soon is feasible?
Well, if you would want to pay our expedited price, I can have it done by this evening. If you would want to pay the standard price, you would be looking at probably 3 days from now.
All right. And so what's expedited then going to be?
The expedited price would be 100 gold. For it to be done in 3 days would cost 50 gold.
100 gold's fine.
Oh, well, that sounds perfect then. Can I go ahead and can I see the armor as well?
Sure. And I'll very carefully unpack it from my backpack.
All right. Where does Burstuck usually put his maker's mark on the armor?
He usually puts it on the inside.
Okay.
It's kind of on the inside, around like one of the lips of
The neck area or the stomach area? Because it's usually at the
probably
bottom
put
or top. So.
He's gonna put it towards the top of the piece.
Right. Well, what we can do, we can go ahead and place it directly next to your maker's mark. We can inscribe the incantation probably along the back neck piece of the armor. It won't be visible when you're wearing it. Is that fine?
That should be fine.
Right. Again, it'll probably take us about 8 hours. I'll have 3 of my people work on it immediately.
Sounds good. I'll hand her the payment. Right then and there.
Oh, not now. Pay us when you pick up the armor. We have
Very well then.
more than enough compensation if you don't show back up.
That is fair.
That you will take it and place it behind the desk. But I will see you this evening, and I hope you have a blessed day.
Same to you.
Give me a perception check. Just out of interest as you're in her shop and you can now look around as you're kind of making your way out a little bit. All right. So
apparently, I'm not looking very hard. But...
You're not looking very hard. What you do notice with the 5 and your passive perception, I'll say, combined between the two, is she does have the front counter that you're currently talking to her at is made out of some sort of glass. You don't think it's standard made glass. This seems to be some sort of enchanted glass of some sort. And as you place your hand on it, as you kind of go to raise the armor and get everything handed off, as you place your hand on the counter, it is cold to the touch. Very, very similar to some form of iron or steel or something along those lines.
Interesting.
Inside it, inside the see-through cold surface that you feel like might be metal, you do see 3 staves laid out on on small stands, kind of throughout this bin, all of varying quality that look extremely nice. Along the walls, you do see a couple of smaller things, trinkets and such. Some of them necklaces as well on one half of the counter. You see rings as well on one half of the counter. You see some sets of armor as well as weapons across one of the side walls. And behind her, the one thing you do notice that is impossible to not notice is that she has behind her, she has a set of platinum armor that is a breastplate of platinum armor, as well as the matching helmet and pants that are set up kind of along the wall. This seems to be one of her, looking at it, probably one of her showpieces. Something that is, you imagine, incredibly expensive looking at it. Looking at it compared to your armor, you can definitely tell the quality difference. Your armor was incredibly well made and you are quite proud of it. This is something that you don't even know if you could obtain level-wise with your current skill level.
It's kind of almost like, it's kind of like, I'm going to guess it's kind of like the difference between I kind of accidentally made something amazing and this person set out to make something.
Yeah, this is something
amazing.
that a master craftsman made. It's clearly been magically enhanced as well. It is probably the nicest set of armor that you've ever seen.
That's some fine work.
Oh, yes. It was from a master dwarf, about a millennium ago, I believe.
Oh, wow.
I acquired it at an auction, and haven't quite found a suitor that could afford it yet.
Well, I'm sure it would cost a pretty penny.
At the moment, I bought it at the auction for, I believe I purchased it for 40,000 gold. It's been such a long time since I purchased
Holy
it.
shit.
My current asking price for it, due to some of the changes that we made in the enhancements, is around 100,000 gold.
Wow.
We're gonna buy that someday.
It's my life's work at this point. It's spent about 30 years enchanting the armor with the improvements that we made in it.
Shit.
That's some excellent work. I can definitely tell there's a lot of care put into that.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. And don't worry, I'm not personally going to work on your armor. However, I have some of the finest enchanters that I know. And it will be quite well taken care of, and it will look exactly as it came. Just with some slight changes to the neck piece.
Oh yeah, well, Embrick said that you do good work, so he swore by it.
Oh, you're friends with Imbrick.
Oh yeah, I've been making stuff in his shop for him.
Oh, he did mention that he had picked up some new hands to help him. Well, if you work with Imbrick, I'll cut the price down a little bit as well. We'll say 75 gold. That's what I would. That's a little bit more than I would charge him for the job.
No, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Of course. But have a wonderful day, and I'll see you this evening.
You do the same. I'll see you this evening.
As you make your way outside of the store, I'll say with the 5 perception, you probably didn't see it. As you open the door, you hear a familiar chime the same chime as you entered. As the sound of gentle music plays as you make your way back outside and back towards home. So, is anyone else doing this while he is going to talk to the enchanter? Or what else are you guys doing while this is going on?
I don't know. We didn't have anything planned. We're just kind of waiting, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Just like, well,
I guess I would probably go downstairs and fiddle with the brewing shit.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, just for fun. Go ahead and give me a brewer's kit roll. Do you have the brewer's kit on your character sheet?
Sure don't.
Okay,
Hold
give me
on.
1 second and I will add it for you.
That works too.
Brewer's kit.
I'm not proficient with it, right? It's just a.
Go ahead and give
brewer's
me
whatever.
a Did I add it to your character sheet? No. Oh, I added it twice for some reason. That's weird. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Oh boy. 11.
At the moment, you are not proficient with it. However, you do know what some things do. So I will say you have a jack of all trades level at the brewer's supply. So you get a +1 at the moment to whenever you do anything with the brewer's supply. As you keep reading up on it and keep practicing in it, eventually you can train yourself to be proficient with it. You should see it now on the bottom left of your character sheet.
Tools, proficient. Yeah,
Yep.
whatever.
And it will be based off. Let me see what brewer supplies there are. It's either intelligence
I
or
don't even
wisdom,
know.
one of the two, which for you won't change anything.
Nope. Hmm.
5e. Do. Shit. This one doesn't have what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I don't see it on the description in the Roll20 thing.
You're good. I have custom PDFs that I use for this stuff. It'll be based off of your intelligence. So,
Okay.
go ahead and add that query to be intelligence. So, you get a +1 to the roll at the moment.
Better than a +0.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me
Alright.
a brewer supply check. All right.
15.
Using the supplies that you were given with the kit, they do give you some supplies to kind of test out more than anything else. You start to work on a brew. You kind of start step by step. You're just following the instructions in the book. You're not trying to add any flair to it. You are following pretty much everything word for word. And at the moment, you seem to be it seems like everything, at least as far as you can tell for the first day's process of this ale, is going according to what the book is saying is supposed to happen. You're getting to certain steps and you're like, it says when it gets here, it's supposed to bubble, and you kind of watch it for a moment, kind of like throw it in your chest before you watch as it starts to bubble, and you're like, oh, I did the right thing. And continue along. For the first day of the brewing, you have a successful roll. So,
hell yeah.
The brewing, I can let you know, for the way my rules work, is it is a 7-day process. And you need at least 4 successes. So you can mark down, or I can mark down that you have 1 success.
1, okay.
Basically, you need slightly more successes than failures. Now, if let's say you only get basically the way to look at it is the more successes you get, the better the ale will be. So if you get a 3 to 4 split, like a 3 success and 4 failures, it won't be that the ale is inedible. However, it probably wouldn't be better than what you could normally just buy and serve.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way to look at it. So having 1 success as the starting point, the good news is that it probably won't be poisonous with 1 success. So at least there's that.
That sounds good.
So I'll keep track of that as well, just so we know.
I have it on my
all right,
sheet.
All right. Yeah. So basically, just if you want to, you can just keep track of the successes over the 7-day period, and then that way we're not even because I said 4 or 7, but I'm mistaken, and that's the way I used to do it. It's now it's just success or failure, and it'll add up over the 7 days, and then it just has to ferment over another 7 days, and then it'll be ready for sale.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and start to track that as well for everything, so that way I can track where your brewing is. Right. So, anyone else doing anything in the morning?
I think I'm just chilling, waiting.
All right. You guys are just waiting around for multiple things, I suppose. So, Tally does get there early in the morning. Continues to start working on some of the upper floors. He does eventually kick you out of your room so he can start working on the floor in there.
I guess I take the cats downstairs and wait there.
You can very easily do that. So, around midday, you guys get a knock on the door.
I didn't do it.
Hold.
I probably won't hear it because I'm in the basement. So
yeah, you're good. I would say you're probably busy as well. Your brewing does take a while. To clarify, I forgot to mention this as well. The brewing process takes about 4 hours per day.
I figured it would be a while.
So, at your door, walks at your door as you open the door, you find Seth Cromley, one of the sergeant of the City Watch, that you have seen working with Barnabas before. He currently does not work for the City Watch. However, he is one of the people that Barnabas does confide in, and you have been aware of him for a little while as you've been working with him. Good morning. I think it's still morning.
Morning.
He kind of looks up at the sun. Yeah, it's still morning. We had notified the City Watch, and I bring the report to you of what we have found. May I come in?
Certainly. Come on in.
He makes his way in. It takes a seat at the bar. So, I can let you know what the City Watch told me. let you all get to your own conclusions about the information, as you will probably quickly surmise. The officers arrived at the Gralhund Manor. What they had found when they arrived was that Lord Gralhund had been unconscious. Lady Gralhund had been with him by his side, in a variable state of shock. Blood all over her gown. Standing with her was her half-orc bodyguard, who was incredibly bloodied but still standing. What they had told us was that for the past period of time that they had been held hostage by members of the Black Network, most of them being Zenitarum. Apparently, the Zenitarum had been controlling their household, including Ustel Floxen was among one of the members at the manor. Lord Gralhund frankly got tired, apparently, of being under the control of the Zenitarum and them controlling his house, and using his house for variable activities. Yesterday evening, he proceeded to lead with a group of his gods that was trusted, and they went and attacked Ustel in the night, managing to wound him and get him to flee the scene. That's what we found out. You can go ahead and give me a history check as well for all of you. History check.
Why do I roll so badly on history?
That's rough,
Nailed
buddy.
it.
That's rough, buddy. All right. Silas and Ezra have heard of Urstel Floxen. He is said to be the leader of the Zenitarum. He is the leader of them in this town. They also mentioned, you all mentioned a Nimblewright. When asked about the Nimblewright, they said that the construct had been delivered to the villa weeks earlier, and that the family took it in, not realizing that apparently it was a Zenitarum spy. Lady Gralhund reported that it had stolen her necklace of fireballs. And that apparently was how it was acquired.
All right.
That was at least the information that she gave us. Whether she was being honest or not, I'm not quite sure that entire story makes sense, but I guess we'll just have to see. I wanted to let you know of the situation. As of right now, the City Watch has considered the investigation closed, as this sorts out some of their loose ends. And they're releasing them to not be, or to be beyond questioning due to Lord Gralhund's heroism. And that's apparently. So, anyways, I figured I'd come and let you guys know the news.
Okay then.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
Pretty sure.
good. I guess.
Kinda.
Did they have any idea where the Zents went?
Apparently, they all fled. Many of them were killed. Which
Oh,
there
so
was,
the guards actually fought them there.
there was, according to the guards that were there was quite a lot of bodies. There was a lot of blood and a lot of guards. And it was pretty much everywhere that there was something dying. So, that was at least according to them. I wasn't at the scene. I don't work with the city guard or city watch anymore. I am just retired, so.
Right.
I will say, I've worked in this town a while. And it doesn't seem like something that all the story adds up, as far as we're aware. From what I was told by Barnabas, the Nimblewright was the one who caused the explosion.
Yeah, that's what we came to as well.
And the Xenotarium were on the scene, and there were some of them killed.
Yep.
Also true.
I don't know how that would make sense that, according to Lady Growlhound, the Nimblewright was a spy for the Xenotarium? But why would it attack its own people then? Especially if the leader of the Xenotarium was there. And while the City Watch is accepting of the nobleman's answer and very trusting, I don't quite know who to trust in that situation.
Maybe it's not with the Xenotarium. Maybe it's a Xanathar spy.
Or possibly it wasn't a spy at all. I don't really know. But the bad news is that since this has been closed, on the City Watch side of things, also that according to her, the Nimblewright also fled with the Xenotarium, and fled the scene, so it was not at the establishment anymore. They went ahead and looked for it, however, they did not find it. And they did investigate the house, and it's, as far as they're aware, apart from these claims that they very, in my opinion, flagrantly looked over, the story lined up from most of what she was saying. To be fair, apart from Barnabas and I, the City Watch does not know the information about the Nimblewright, as at the moment it was only pertinent to us. We did let them know that there was a Nimblewright on the scene, and that it was seen as the person who originated the fireball. We did not give them all of the information to the City Watch upon the start of the investigation, because we didn't realize that would have been pertinent at the time. As well as City Watch members are not entirely trustworthy in themselves. There's many city officials who have been corrupted, and we didn't want information slipping and something getting out. However, we probably should have, in retrospect, given them some of the information, as the story doesn't line up, and at this point they've closed the case.
Okay, so we need to figure out our next step on this lead, because I think we still need to look into where the gents and stuff, because if nothing else, we need to figure out if what they are saying is true. A noble family was held hostage by Zentarum, and what's the City Watch going to do about that?
Well, there will be quite a lot that we're going to do about that. We have countless things that we can go against, the Xenotarium leader, but we already had countless things against the Xenotarium leader. However, I can let you know in advance that the city will probably, as this happened in Noble House, the whole city will know about it shortly, and they'll probably pitch it in one way or the other. The City Watch will do what they always do, where they attempt to crack down on crime in the city, and the next week will probably be a lot more guards on the street.
I'm sure that'll solve everything.
All right. Well, I guess we need to figure out what the next steps are to track these people down.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop. And I don't even know if they've gotten what they're looking for, but I think they're all looking for something rather big.
But, for now, I need to head out for the for now, but Barnabas believed that you should have this information right away. See what you wish to do with it. And frankly, for some of the things that you might do with it, it might be best if I don't know about them. So,
Yep.
For now, I will head out.
Makes
I
sense.
wish all of you to have a wonderful day, and I will probably see you all shortly.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much.
As he puts his hat back on and makes his way out the front door. Carrying on him as well, you do notice that he does have 2 swords on his belt. One of them being a long sword, one of them being a short sword, as well as a heavy crossbow that he appears to carry on himself at all times. Not trying to hide them, just openly carrying them on his back. So, he heads out. And you guys are blessed with information.
Oh. I guess that's some news, huh?
That it is. Okay. Then what do we do now? I feel like maybe we should have gone with Barnabas to speak with these folks yesterday, because
Yeah.
They seem incompetent.
I know.
well, the guards seem like they may be incompetent, and
That's what I meant, not Barnabas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't relish the idea of trying to break and enter into a noble person's house to dig up more clues.
No, but we could always talk to them ourselves instead of secondhand.
Yeah. And maybe we should swing by to check with the device. See if the Nimberite's still there.
Still there.
Yeah, because the guards would have had it.
We could always just comb the entire city again with it and find it again. It's not.
Let's not.
Maybe in like
Clear the map! We're searching again, boys!
Doing it again!
Oh my
Round
God.
2! I guess, at least for the meantime, we could always just walk around with it. Because it won't hurt, you know? To just have it on while we walk places.
Sure. It's another option. If, not necessarily using it to search, but searching.
Just
While we're
passively
around.
wherever we're going, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think we probably should go talk to the nobles themselves. Let them know that we're trying to track down that Nimblewright in specific.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not looking into them, but, you know, at the same time, we could just, you know, suss out how we feel about them at the same, you know, 2 birds, 1 rock, because they stole a rock or something, right?
Something along those lines.
I guess that's the plan for the rest of the day, right? Check out the place again and see if the Nimberite's still there.
That's a start. And then if it is, if it isn't, talk to see if we can talk to the nobles. Let them know we're trying to track down the ones who treated them so badly.
Yeah. Alright, well, wait, around what time is it?
At the moment, this is probably pushing to noon when all of this came out. As well as, I would clarify, apologies. This event, whatever did take place, apparently took place last night.
Yeah, so this is very recent.
This is very recent, as far as you're aware. And see what you guys could have walked in on. It would have been great.
Maybe.
Yeah, no. Would have been a shit mess.
You know what's bad when the when the legend for each room has a section on each room that is just corpses.
Oh,
God.
God.
I'm looking through it right now. It's just
that sounds terrible.
almost every, like half the rooms have just corpse as a tile. It lists all the corpses that are in that room.
Wow.
That's great.
That's horrifying.
It's hilarious. I love it.
And hilarious. I like to call that hilarifying.
Yeah.
Hilarifying.
That seems accurate.
So. What would you guys like to do with the information?
No, I think we're going to go to the banner.
Yeah, right after we have some lunch, because, it's noon.
Alright.
Annabelle's not going to cook for us.
No, she's not going to be there for lunch. Damn that selfish woman.
How dare
Yep,
she not
so
work
selfish.
here all the time?
I'm gonna cook some lunch with the cookbook. Maybe like a chicken salad or something.
No, last
Sure.
time, isn't it last time you cooked chicken we all got sick?
Yeah.
It's fine. Go ahead and roll it with
Yeah.
advantage if you're using the cookbook.
Alright. Hey,
Sure.
not bad.
You cook the chicken to a crisp perfection. And although you guys heard that he was making chicken salad and were initially worried, it comes out and you cut into it investigating it. It looks done this time. as you eat.
Roll an investigating check for your chicken.
You can if you want to.
No. I didn't get sick
For-
last time.
For
so.
some of you, the investigation come out will be it. Well, it's chicken.
Yeah. Well, it's chicken.
So, you all have your lunch, and you're proceeding to the villa.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
With the device on.
Well, let me pull up the map real quick. Because I can let you guys use the map. However, I need to delete some stuff on it as it will not apply anymore. I don't know why it wouldn't apply.
Nope, don't know either.
I'm not going to delete it anymore.
Haven't the foggiest.
I'm just going to move it to the GM layer. That'll be enough. Where do you guys go in as well? Do you guys go to the front door or the horse stables?
Well, let's go to the front door.
Yeah,
Alright.
no.
Oh, okay. Who else do I need? Don't need you. Apologies, sorry, I'm looking through all the tokens and figuring out who I need. One more person. Where is she? All right, here we go. So, you all make your way to the front door of the villa. So, upon making your way to the front door, you guys find City Watch, about 6 of them outside the front door of the villa. Making your way to. Boop. Go ahead and drag you guys to here. Let me drag you guys onto the map for now. Hold for that real quick. Play characters. Boop. 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 I'll go ahead and globally illuminate it, as at this point it is daytime. Oh, the dynamic lighting's not on for some reason. That would be a part of it. Explorer daylight mode? Will that help?
Oh, hey.
Oh, lets you guys see everything, doesn't it?
That's a nice line.
I see a line, a band across in a diagonal strip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's weird. That's not what I see that you see, but it's fine. So let me go ahead and go to dynamic lighting. As you guys knock on the door. Oop. Oh, I have to open up both doors? Fuck you. Get your own doors. As you guys make your way in, again, there's city watch kind of scattered around. You do find a one of the maids is here. Oh my god, when you click on the GM notes for these, they have every single person it can be. What the fuck? Anyways, you see one of the, what appears to be one of the butlers for the estate. As you make your way in, the city watch do halt. Who goes there? What's your purpose?
No, we're the Troll Skull Adventurers.
Oh, all right. Do you have business with the family today? If it's not urgent, I would say you should probably wait.
We've been working with the investigator Benedict on trying to track down the Nimblewright that had activated an explosive necklace of fireballs outside of Troll Skull Manor, which had killed 2 and possibly injured more from what killed at least 2 and injured possibly more. So public endangerment, and from what we've heard from reports, theft from a noble, possible kidnapping or assault of a noble, various other things. So some very serious crimes connected to this Nimblewright, and it also seems to be connected to the temple of the temple of crafting, the temple of the hand, as it were, I believe it's called, where they craft all sorts of things. And so we've been tracking it down on behalf of them, as well as in connection to the events that happened outside of Troll Skull Manor. And so we just wanted to see if we could ask a few questions, find out if there's any further leads we can find on tracking down the people, the ones who perpetrated this. By the way, did our device go off as we approached?
The device did not go off.
That's good for them.
Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of information that I don't think I technically should know, but that's at least proves that you're definitely a part of the investigation on Barnabas's side. Let me see if I can find the lady of the house. You there? Can you lead them to the Grand Hall? Oh, certainly I can do that. Follow me, follow me. See, leads you all back this way towards a large double-doored entrance. As he opens one of the doors, leading you inside. As you find your way to the inside of the chamber, which apparently doesn't have daylight. Oh, maybe. Oh, well, when you guys get in there. Okay, never mind. I was like sitting here. I was like, why is it not lit up? Okay. So as you guys make your way in, you find a grand room. As you make your way in there, you find blood, and lots of blood, strewn across the entirety of this area, with twin iron chandeliers hanging from a dark mahogany ceiling above a long dining table, carved from some form of redwood. Chairs surrounding the table are incredibly nice as he motions for you to take a seat at some of the chairs that are not toppled over and don't have bloodstains on them.
All right.
I'll go get the lady, and I'll be back. Just wait here.
Sounds good.
All right.
Everyone who enters, go ahead and give me perception checks. Go ahead and roll for Aspa. Boop.
I'm also trying to look to see if it looks like this was definitely like some sort of fight combat.
Oh yeah. There's blood strewn across everything. There's blood on the walls. A couple of places you find puddles of blood. It definitely looks like a battle ensued here. Looking through it, you can see that there's chips in places. There's a large black marble fireplace at the end of the room with several family portraits above him. The portraits predict the lady and lord of the house, as well as 3 children and a family dog. As you look across them, you can now see sword cuts through this large tapestry they had painted of their family. In the corner, as some of you notice as you walk in with your 18 perception checks, you notice that there is a suit of armor that looks to be toppled over, as well as you notice the trails of blood seem to be dragged off. There's areas where you can clearly see something has been dragged through the blood, leading out. What room is it? Leading towards this room, back here at the bottom right. Apologies, chat. Let me scroll down so you guys can see. As you see a door down there, that looks like it possibly could be. Oh, sorry. Apologies. The fireplace is right here. It's on the map. I don't know why I said it was on the south wall. It's on the side wall. Looking at it, it looks like it's probably some sort of pantry. It has a flapping door that looks like it gets relatively open. You can see wear and tear even from here on the door. As you wait, is there anything you guys would like to do? You are waiting at the moment. There is what you imagine is a guard of the house as well with you, who has followed you in and is kind of stationed at the front door. Not like blocking the door in any way. He's just stationed next to it. Anything you guys would like to do?
So all the bodies have been taken away. They're no longer on the.
It seems that way. There is no bodies here. There is still blood stains. There is still areas where blood has stained the carpet. As far as you're aware, this happened last night, so in as little as 12 hours ago, possibly. And as you guys wait a little bit longer, you watch as... let me pull up her character sheet so I can describe her. Why is it not here? Like, I just want like an area like at the top of all of these character sheets where it has person, so I can just click up. Let's see. You see a woman who is incredibly well dressed, as any lord of the city would be, or as any lady of the city would be. As she proceeds to walk down the stairs. Saddled next to her is a half-orc male, who is well armed. Appears to be carrying I think he's carrying a great axe. Let me double check what he's carrying. No, he wields a morning star. As he makes his way down the stairs, walking with her, as she makes her way past you all, not looking at any of you as she passes. You guys do get some side eyes from the half-orc as he passes all of you. makes her way to the head of this long table at the end of the chamber, as her seat is pulled out for her by her bodyguard. As she sits down and is pushed in, the bodyguard steps to the side of her and looks at you all expectingly. As you hear a cough from behind you, as a cough from behind you, as you guys look back at the attendant who had brought you in here, as he's kind of waving his hand, trying to be subtle about it, that you should stand up.
Alright, I'm gonna stand up.
As you all stand up, if you all stand up, anyone, you don't have to, but as you all stand up, she sits down, scoots her chair in, and then looks at all of you and motions for, oh, you all may sit now. Thank you.
I don't like her.
So,
No, go ahead, take a seat, but yeah.
She looks at you. Her bodyguard giving you all a little bit of a furrowed brow for possibly not understanding customs upon meeting a lord of a lady, but it doesn't get super hard looks. You have a feeling this is probably not. It's not an unnormal thing that happens. What is it that you all are here for today? I apologize, we have so many guests, and I just don't know what all of them are here for. So I just need to just ask about it. So.
Sorry, not meaning to overwhelm you or anything. We're looking into the ones who were responsible for all this.
Right. So more investigators. All right. That clears up a lot. I've told most of everything I know to Master Barnabas, but if you have any more questions, I'm happy to work with you.
Do you have any idea what direction or where any of the ones who fled went?
I was, quite frankly, very scared. My husband told me about this plan. However, I didn't know when he was going to do it. He decided to attack when Mr. Ustril was at dinner. As accordance, he still let us eat with him during our time of captivity. However, he wouldn't let us eat without him either. He found it that he didn't trust us very much, it seems like. And I'll be frank, I didn't see much. I was kind of in a bit of a stage of panic, as people being killed in front of me is not a normal thing that I could see on a daily basis. However, my bodyguard did a phenomenal job, as he has always done for me. And my husband was rather heroic. He's currently, I apologize for not coming down, but he is still on bed rest as he is recovering from the entire adventure. He was, he is not in the best of shapes at the moment.
Can you provide a description of the construct?
Yes, the construct, it was made out of some sort of metallic material. It moved very quickly. It had been delivered here as some sort of servant or something of the lines. We didn't know what it was. However, we have a lot of friends who send us a lot of gifts. So we unlocked it and started using it on a daily basis. It followed our commands and did everything that we asked it to do. It was much like a servant, but we didn't have to pay it, which was nice. And after the Zenitarum were driven out and there was an uprising of everything going on, it fled with them. It left over one of the back gates. Just simply leaped over the gate and ran.
So what did the construct normally do for you?
Well, it was, yeah, I mean, it handled most things that servants did. Brought us wine, food, handled basic tasks of going and retrieving things, answering the door. It was a wonderful, I mean, it worked wonderfully.
So was it ever, while it was here, but did it ever like leave the grounds?
As far as we're aware, no.
Was
It's
there
a
any
large.
point where you weren't?
It is a large house. There's not really a way for us to keep track of everything at all time, though.
Was there any time period where you would have suspected that, or you weren't able to find it, but it came out as odd?
No. Anytime we whistled for it or called for it, it responded quickly.
How long ago was the fireball?
The fireball at this point, about 5 days ago.
That happened in like broad daylight, right?
That happened early in the morning in broad daylight.
Did you have like quick question? Say, so would it have been here, say, 5 days ago?
Well, as far as I'm aware, I had business to attend to that morning. I apologize. I had breakfast with one of my friends. I was out at the time.
When did the Zentarum arrive?
They've been here for about 4 or 5 days now. However, they did.
arrived.
Well, they had to let us go to our meetings. They were holding us captive. However, if we didn't appear at those, they probably would have suspected something was wrong.
Hmm.
They gave very strict orders that any evenings that we attended, or any planned events we were required to go, no matter if we are feeling ill or not. And if we spoke anything of the situation, that they would slit our throats as we slept, and that they would have spies at every meeting and every spot that was there to make sure that we went according to plan.
That sounds terrifying.
It was incredibly terrifying.
So, who was the friend you met with on 5 days ago? Just for information purposes.
Oh, that was Lady Orgrim.
Or
We met
okay,
quite near
yeah.
here at the there's a bar nearby that we met at. Relatively high wealth establishment.
I'm familiar with a few bars around this area, so I might be familiar with it.
You feel like you're familiar with the bar. It was the snooty bar that you guys went to like early on.
Snooty.
I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I don't remember the name of it either, but I know
I can
I
look
know
through
the
my
bar
notes.
you're talking about.
Yeah. It was the Nobleman Bar. It's really close to their estate, like one street over. So.
Did you see any tattoos on the men and whoever was holding you here?
I didn't really pay attention to the descriptions all that much. I hate to say it, but I don't really pay attention to people that much unless I need to. There was so many people who were watching over us at the time, keeping track of all of the captors would have been it would have been too much work.
I'll look over to the bodyguard. You, sir?
I kept track of most of them. What do you need to know?
Did you see any tattoos on them? Any identifying marks?
One of them, Leader, his name was Ustrel. He had large scar across his face.
Okay. I'll look back to their suburban. You guys,
Yeah, you're
do you
good. You're
have any
good. Give me 1
questions?
second. Sorry, I'm trying to give you a better description, but I'm trying to pull up his. You are there. It is. Sorry, I had to pull the picture of him to actually describe him. He had a large scar across his face. He was, I believe, human. Stood relatively slender. Had brown hair. Couldn't miss scar. It was burned across his entire right side of his face.
Thank you. That helps some. One other thing. We became aware that you were in possession of a necklace of fireballs, lady.
Oh, yeah, yes, that was mine.
Did you notice it having gone missing?
I did. The Nimblewright had taken it from me at some point as I was looking at it. It had told us that we had no reason for any sort of implements while we were being under watch, so it held on to it.
Okay. And when did you notice that it had possession of that?
Oh, that was since the Zenitarum first arrived. It had stolen it from me when they had first taken over.
And they first took over, once again, how many days ago?
About 5 days ago.
Can I do like just an insight check to
You
see
can-
if it seems like she's been
100%
pretty honest and shit?
Insight definitely is like,
You can 100% do an insight check whenever you want to.
I can certainly try.
All right.
Try one too.
8.
All right. When would you guys like to do these insight checks? Is there any specific information that you're trying to pick up on? Because I say it's at certain bits of information.
I would say
because,
like
some of it she's telling the truth, and some of it she might be lying.
mine
so.
doesn't matter, but mine is mostly in terms of
It could
them
matter.
actually being held captive. Like it's
that.
not some side of ruse like this robot turned on them and they were so defenseless, blah blah
Right.
blah.
So that's what your insight specifically wants to target. All right.
Could I ask her if she knows who the person that sent them the Nimblewright is? She said it was like from some friend. Do they know like
She
the specific
said
person?
that she did. She said specifically that she didn't know who sent it to her, but that they had
She just
received it
takes
as a
this
gift.
random robot.
But you can. She said that she receives gifts from all over, and that was quite custom for people to send her gifts. So she didn't think anything of it. You can still roll an insight check on that information if you would like to.
Bursduk's entire insight right now is on the fact she says that the Zents showed up about 5 days ago, but on the morning of that day, 5 days ago, the Nimblewright had already stolen the necklace of fireballs and used it. So it doesn't seem to be matching up that it could have indicated to them that they didn't need the necklace, because it also didn't have it after 5 days ago because it lost it. So he is like 100% super sus about all of that.
Right. I will roll for appropriate check, and I will let you know your results. So we'll start with Silas. You're specifically trying to pick up on if they were being held captive or not, correct?
Yeah.
She seems to be lying about that information. Going down the list, Leary. You wanted to know about what was it specifically again?
That was that they were being captive, that the robot was like that they were in distress, the robot took over, oh my god, we're just helpless, blah blah blah.
You're not sure.
Yeah.
She's a little hard to read.
Yeah.
First, Duck. I just want to clarify. If you want to go back, you can check this. Check this. She seems to be telling the truth. Somehow. The information doesn't line up to you, and it doesn't make any sense. But she seems to be, at least according to what you are reading, it seems like she's telling the truth. Take that as you will.
Okay. So...
But she is lying about the details of the kidnapping?
She's not lying.
She is lying about the details of the kidnapping.
So that's what Bursduk is basically looking at then is like, hey, if she's not lying about the necklace, then she's probably lying about when the Zents arrived and possibly even whether or not they were being held captive. So, because essentially, in order for the robot to have done that, it would have had to have been more than 5 days ago.
Oh, and I'll go ahead and roll an insight check as well for Azra. And I will allow you to apply that to... God damn it. Any information that you would want to apply it to, but it's not great. That's my fault.
You never know. She could roll on that one. Or they could
She
roll
could
on that
roll
one.
in. They could roll in that one. So, Heath, what information would you like to apply your insight check to?
I was gonna just do the same thing Leary did.
Alright. Not sure. She's hard to read.
Yeah.
I'll roll it for Azra, but oh my god, she almost did roll too low. Seems like it seems like for most of you, apart from Silas, for what you guys specifically were trying to pick up on, she seems to be telling the truth, or you just can't get a good read on her.
Yeah, well, if she's telling the truth, then what that tells Berzduk, honestly, is that the construct, since it didn't have that necklace previous to 5 days ago, and she said that that it took it after the Zents arrived, and then she said the Zents arrived 5 days ago.
Let me preface this as well. Let me say, I think this is the best way to look at it from a GM perspective. Just because someone is telling you the truth doesn't mean that you have to accept it as truth if the information does not line up.
Right. Oh no, he's not accepting. Like I said, what Berzduk is taking from this, he's picking all this apart, is that probably if it went bad when they arrived, that means the Zents arrived earlier. She's lying about when the Zents arrived, and therefore may even be lying about whether or not they're being held captive by the Zents, because if she's concealing when the Zents were there, she could be concealing more. So what he was thinking on it at least is that she's probably talking truth about what the construct did, and the construct probably didn't act on her orders, and so she probably didn't give it that necklace.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not convinced the robots, the construct, the Nimble Right's working with the Zents, and I'm right now Berzduk is like, I don't think it's working with the Zents. So, but anyway, he just kind of looks at her. All right.
If there's any more questions, I'll happily answer them. Any way that I can help out with the investigation.
Well, the only concern I have.
Said that.
The only concern I have really is that on the morning that you were out with your friend was the same morning that Nimblewright used your necklace of fireballs to kill at least 2 people, kill and injure a number of people. So, in this instance, there seems to be something strange about the timeline you're giving us, and I suspect that the Zents may have been here far earlier. So,
all right.
But
how are you attempting to convey this information to her? Are you doing it in a calm tone, or are you attempting to? Are you attempting to intimidate her in any way, shape, or form with the information?
I'm attempting to be very. He's saying it very calmly and very matter-of-factly, but it's also it's the intent there is to show look, I can already tell that there's something wrong with what you're saying, and I really would like you to say what is the actual truth. Though probably intimidating. All
right, go ahead and roll me intimidation check then. All right. As you say this, you do watch her bodyguard take a step forward before her hand comes up. It's fine. They didn't stand up when I arrived either. They're clearly not used to nobility. So what you're saying is incredibly offensive to me, as you're saying that I'm lying to you and lying to your face. I would never do such a thing, especially in my own house. I've worked with the investigators countless times, and I've done everything I can to make sure that they get all of the information they need. If you're going to come into my house, frankly, and call me a liar at this point, I believe that our questioning time is done, and I will have to take my leave.
Seems fair.
Have a good day. As she will make her way upstairs, pushing her own chair out. As her companion pushes it back in, and kindly guides her to where the staircase is. As she makes her way up and stands at the bottom of the staircase, staring daggers down at all of you.
She started with the daggers anyway, so I mean, who cares?
As the attendant at this point comes, I believe that's your cue to leave.
Yep.
Apologies.
All right then.
You all make your way out into, or make your way, I'll just say you make your way back to the manor at this point, because you probably don't doing anything else. Unless you guys, is there something else you guys would like to do on the way out? Or attempt anything? You're technically in the manor. You can always attempt something.
I'm gonna give the attendant dude a silver piece and be like, I'm sorry you work for an asshole.
Alright. Give me an insight check.
Natural 1.
Alright. hand him the gold. Say, sorry you have to work for an asshole. It's all right. He's hard to read.
Everyone's hard to read in this place. I hate it here.
I'll look at the attendant as I walk out. Do you have any thoughts on this?
I get paid to clean the house and bring food.
Well,
give me an insight check if you want to. Alright. With that, you have a feeling that this guy doesn't want to know anything about it. At the end of the day, he's being paid to work here, and this is what he does for a living. So he is probably well aware of some of the nefarious things that go on in this household, and does not talk about them out of fear of both his life and his wages.
I'll nod to him. All right.
As you all
walk on out.
Everyone make your way out, right?
Yeah.
Once we're out of earshot, I'll tell them that I'm pretty sure that she's lying about at least the kidnapping part, and
Sure. We'll bounce back to Troll Skull Manor as you guys make your way back. So, and at that point, we're gonna go ahead and call the session for the evening, as we have gotten to where I wanted to get to. You guys level up as well. So, we hit level 4 after this milestone. We can go ahead and I'll make a note that we happened before the dinner time. So as you guys make your way back, we can go over Annabelle's affairs with getting the place running. Next session. Next session. Chapter 4. Start. Alright. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do before the end of session?
I'll roll my hit dice.
Sure. You guys can roll your hit dice. You can do anything you want to do to level up. Take
level
your level.
4 is a feat or an ASI.
Feat or ability
right?
score. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I'll have to.
well, depending
me.
on what you did with your multi-class. So, thank you guys in the chat, everyone, for joining me. I apologize that we went a little bit longer than I originally planned. We probably will have a longer session next week, most likely.
Look at that!
As we'll be getting into
Nice.
we'll be getting into the kickoff of the start of chapter 4. So, I'll see you guys again next week. Tune in on Wednesday for the continuation of Sothia, Guild and the Beyond. Go ahead and tune in next Friday for the continuation of Icewind Dale. I will post in my Discord whenever we go live over on Metal Cloud's channel, and we should be back live next week for this campaign as well. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you guys have a good week.